Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday to y'all. Happy Monday to everybody. Y'all come on in, come in. Thank you so much for joining the live. Greatly appreciate each and every one of y'all. Um, Please come in, hit that good like, share, and subscribe button for me. Make sure your notification bell is turned on so you know each time that I go live. And if you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you. Make sure you have your like, share, and subscribe button on as well. Thank you so much. We have to wait for that 10-minute mark, and I will be right back, y'all. Y'all come in, come on in. Thank y'all. Is this thing working? Hello, hello. Child, it be working when it want to. Hey y'all come on in. Hit that like button, hit that like button. Hey Miss Maria, thank you so much for popping in and joining the live with me. She says, Good Monday, squad. Tap the screen. It don't cost a thing. Subscribe, support. $ G Strickland 8. Super chat, super sticker, and share. It's a G thing. Join the squad for $2.99. Enjoy the live. Thank you so much. She says, House rules. That part right there. No CC's names, initials only. Use nicknames for the strike happy folk. Use creative spelling for curse words. Over here, we agree to disagree. Respectful. Discourse only. Thanks. Yes, that part. Miss Maria, how you doing today? You hanging in today? How your grandbaby doing, Miss Maria? But anyway, y'all come on in, hit the button. Y'all over here being spectators and whatever. Hit the like button, dislike button, whichever button you want to hit that button. Just hit that button. I knew that was gonna call as soon as I got on. Give me 1 second. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. But yes, the grandbabies hope they're doing good. Your baby that's in the hospital anyway. But yes, y'all come on in if you like to. If not, whatever. I'll be popping on for a brief little bit here. But anyway, for the people, the most part, the YouTube still seems a little quiet. Child, I think it get rowdy at night or something. The people be saying, I don't know. I be sleep at that time of the night. But anyway, for the people probably hadn't heard, I just found out. You go strolling over there on the IG page. Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville, y'all, is saying that her son had got in a bad car accident in April. Uh, yes, it was really bad. She got a post up there on her IG. It's a long post too, talking about her son being in a bad car accident, but hopefully he'll be fine. She said the car was looking like a pancake. It was smashed in so bad. The only way he was able to get out of the car was he had to kick the windshield out, and he got out like that. But yeah, saying he was I think his neck, a brace around his neck, and I don't know if he's home yet or not. She posted this, I think it was yesterday. So prayers up for her son as well. Child, I tell you, it's just a praying time. Maria says, baby still impatient, but is good spirits. The other two have been fighting all day. Miss Maria, they had you going all day. Lord have mercy. Hey, Miss Donna. She says, hey, y'all, welcome. How are you? Thank you for joining the live. Child, they got the most energy. I needed that energy. I need some of their energy that they got. But anyway, yeah, prayers up for Trish's son, y'all. Child, I tell you, it could have been the other way around. Ooh, but y'all, she got that post up over there on her IG, so y'all can go over there and read it. She was talking about her son. You know, her mom passed and her sister and all of that. You know, I tell you, that's a debt we all got to pay. That one right there. So shout out to her. My day is much better than yesterday. Yesterday was not a good day for me. For the people that don't know, I did lose my aunt yesterday around 2 o'clock. So last night was not good. Went to work today. My eyes all swollen up because I was just bawling like somebody crazy. That was my favorite aunt, like another mom. And yeah, yesterday was not a good day. So trying to push on through. Hope the day be a little bit better than yesterday. Um, trying to hold it together because this is just like another little job, so you still got to push through. That's what they would want you to do, push through. Don't want you to be sad and sobbing and all of that stuff. So I look at it as no more suffering. But does it still hurt? Absolutely. It hurt real bad, that part right there. But she's resting now. No more pain, no more suffering, no more needles and poking and all of that kind of stuff. So still have to try to find something good, even though you have that pain of losing somebody that you love. So that part right there. Thank you so much, Miss Donna. Greatly appreciated. Um, I was trying to make a little joke today. I said, Lord, what was that remedy that Wanda said she used for puffiness up under the eyes? Y'all, was it? I think it was a Notzema or something she was talking about. She used she used up under the eyes. I said, Lord, I need me some of that Notzema up under the eyes today. But it's all right, y'all. I don't worry about that. Mm-mm. Let me see. Um, Miss Maria says that G comforted to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Yes, so prayers, and all of that. It was a sad, sad Mother's Day, a day that you'll never forget. You always remember that on that day right there. So that's how that Mother's Day went. And then to this my ex-husband's friend that he used to work with a long time ago on Saturday, um his house caught on fire, and said he was upstairs taking a shower and his wife was trying to call him and tell him that the house was on fire. And when he went to go down the steps, the flames was so much he had to go back up steps upstairs. He ended out on top of the roof and he saw a truck running coming by and he yelled and waved the truck down. He had to jump in the back of the bed of the truck butt naked. And when he got around, I guess they called the fire trucks or whatever, but they found his wife. She was like on her knees praying. The smoke got her, so she's no longer with us too. So I just tell y'all, it's a praying time. Get your life in order, child, because I tell you, it is not going to be long as it used to be. Hey, Miss Cheryl, welcome. How are you today? She said, yes, amen. God has another. Yes, thank you, Miss Cheryl. Greatly appreciate that, y'all. Yes, she was an angel too. Child, I miss her, my auntie. Mm. But anyway, Miss Maria says that Candy, how you doing? In my Wendy Williams voice. I had to get up here so somebody gonna make me laugh or something, and it'll take my mind off it for a little bit. When I get off this line, y'all, I might be bawling all over again. I ain't even about to lie. It is what it is. So yeah, that part right there. Yes, Miss Maria, that was sad. They had like three kids, but they were grown kids, but still. Yeah, the smoke got her in that fire on Saturday. So y'all, please be careful. I tell you, we don't know how we're gonna leave this world, but uh, child, just keep praying. Woo, mm, it's just something. Um, a lot happened on this Mother's Day weekend. A friend of mine had called me early this morning telling me about that. And, she was talking to me, praying and about my auntie passing the other day. Yeah, yesterday. Miss Candy says, I'm good. This trial is crazy. That started uh that started of talking about urinating in the face at Maria. Child. I tell you, Miss Candy, this trial, y'all, it's gonna be mad crazy from the way it's getting started already. Um, his mom was there, his family. Miss Maria says, that Candy. I read that one. Maria says that G, I got the energetic G babies. I can send you. These two will keep you from blinking. Miss Maria, I need something, somebody, but later in the afternoon, I said I'd jump up here and do this live right quick because my cousin and them they be calling later on in the afternoon. How you doing? My auntie passed yesterday, Miss Candy. Yep. Mm, but I was telling them I was in a bad way yesterday, boy. I could not stop bawling, y'all. I was just a crying. Ooh, my brother called, and now, child, I couldn't even talk to the people. And they was like, "Yeah, we already know. We already know. You know." And she was my mom's older sister, and she God gave her 91 years with us, so that's a lot to be grateful for. Miss Canton Maria says, "Candy, what?" Um, at Candy, wasn't that the same thing at R. Kelly's trial? Child, y'all, they said that the boy ain't got he ain't got no black people, y'all. No black people on the jury, y'all. 8 men and 4 women he got. Thank you, Miss Candy. I appreciate that. Yeah, 8 men and 4 women up there, y'all. Cassie sitting front and center. The people saying that, these are fair charges. They hope that Cassie can take it home. She up there pregnant and stuff and all of that. Child. They calling like they had with OJ Simpson, what they call it, the dream team. That's what they looking at it as. Saying P Diddy got the dream team, but if this don't go in his favor, y'all, he'll be in there for a good life. I was like, goodness. But child, this is gonna be something interesting to see. Um, and also, Miss Candy, before you came in, I was telling them about Trish from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She was talking about her son was in a bad accident in April. They said it was so bad the car flipped like 3 or 4 times, and the car was looking like a pancake. The only way he could get out was through the windshield. Said his neck was in a brace, and but hopefully he's doing better. Could have been the other way. Um, sure, he's thankful and grateful for another chance at life. But it's over there on the IG. It's a big old long post she had made yesterday. I think it was. She put that up there. But yeah, like to P Diddy. Um, Yeah, y'all. It says P. Diddy got the jury of his peers has been completed today. 12 jurors, 8 men, 4 women. None of them are alike. Closed courtroom, no camera, and you can't walk in without a press pass. P. Diddy, 55 years old, is looking like he's what they say, grayed out or something. Um, If convicted, like lifetime sentence behind bars, y'all. He'll be there for a minute. But yeah, they did say his mama was there, his sons was there. I think his daughter was there too. They was in there today, y'all. They people got well a good 2 weeks anyway. So I don't know. This gonna be like a fast trial to me. 2 weeks. That's all it's gonna take. It says he got like 5 counts against him. This is in federal court being charged with racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, ex-trafficking, transportation for the purpose of getting, I'll say, laid for $1. Violence with weapons, kidnapping, arson, and etc. It's a long, long list, y'all. He got a long one. It said that he used his $1 billion empire to threaten people and get them to do what he wanted them to do. Boy, I tell you, he couldn't find nothing else to do with all that money. Says the jury is going to see the Casey tape, the freak off videos. It's saying too that the people in the videos, it look like they appears to be, happy and having a good old time, just hanging out, cutting up, and all of that stuff like that. But they was being threatened in so many words, allegedly, y'all. Um, yeah, thank you, Miss Candy. Mm. She says, I think his girls should not be there in court. Content is gross. Content is gross. Ooh, can you imagine having to sit there and look at somebody with some freak offs tapes that ooh, child, well, the people on the jury, they saying they like somebody's a caterer or different things like no, like really celebrities or nothing like that. But child, I don't know if I want to do that right there. I about to come up with all kinds of excuses not to be on that sitting up there with that mess right there. I gotta look at this. Y'all, they don't pay no money when you on the jury. You missing a whole days of work for this crap right here that ain't had nothing to do with. How did I get mixed up in this mess right here? Hey, Miss Alicia, how are you and welcome? She says, I would throw myself on the mercy of the court. Girl, not the mercy of the court. He think he got the dream team. You know, OJ Simpson, what was that man name? Mm, Johnny Cochran. If it don't fit, you must have quit. I guess that's what he hoping and praying for y'all, cause he rolled the dice. He rolled the dice, y'all. I don't know what they know, but yes, he had rolled the dice, and he's gonna see what put the faith of his freedom in the hands of these jurors. I wonder why he got like 8 men and 4 women, y'all. You would have thought it would have been like the other way around. You know, maybe he could sway the women or something of that sort. I don't know, but yeah, 8 men and 4 women on this here juror. So I guess they in for a long, long ride. But too, also, y'all, they still gonna have to take those tapes back there and look at that mess all over again. And ugh, child, I would not. Miss Maria says it's my understanding there are hundreds of hours of tape. Child, I don't know how they gonna get through all of that. They talking about like in within 2 weeks. Hey Miss Faith, I'm sorry I didn't see you. How you doing? I might be a little discombobulated today, y'all, but it is what it is. Miss Lisa says, it doesn't sound good. No, no, ma'am, not at all. Um, she says it doesn't sound good for him. Child, he's sitting there looking like he about crazy, bipolar or something. I don't know what he looking. He just praying right now, child. He praying harder than he ever prayed before. I would be too. Mm-hmm. Miss Candy says they are going to have um they're going to have a time with charging with exes trafficking. Yeah, yeah. Child. The only thing I see with this right here, y'all, they would really probably really take him under is if Justin Bieber come through there and shut the whole thing down. I know a lot of people have been traumatized and a lot of bad things happen to these people in there. Um, I haven't really seen those other people that was at these hip parties and things, but that Justin Bieber, y'all, my heart goes out to that young man. Oh my God, that's a sad case. It is so sad to see. Um, Maria says, yes, yeah, Miss Kennedy, that was Marquez's son. Yeah, that got in that car wreck in April. The city car flipped like 3 or 4 times. It looks like a pancake, but like I said, she made a post yesterday about it. He's in the hospital. Maria says, in my opinion, women are more likely to vote against him. You know how many women have been essayed by dates and spouses. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true too. Yeah. If you look at it that way, child, mm, 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 mm. I guess he trying to figure out how did I get myself in this right here pickle. Miss Candy says some of the jurors saw the tape and they still allowed them to stay. Mm-hmm. Child, the people just ready for this to be over with. They probably was running out of people to pick at this point in time. Shoot, a lot of people are saying that they heard about it, or I mean, really, y'all, who hasn't heard about this mess? It's all over the world. Everybody's heard about it. Maria says that could also be why Marquez has been radio silent. Yeah, it could be strong possibility on that. Not really sure, but yeah, this accident it happened. I think maybe around like April the 15th or something like that. I don't think I didn't write that date down, but yeah, she's got it over there posted. There should be other people on trial with him. He did not do this alone. Child, them people is terrified, Miss Candy, about what's finna pop off on them daggone tapes. And who gonna be up there? Child, I would not. I would be terrified, y'all. If I went to those Diddy parties and stuff. Ooh. Miss Elisa says I'm still praying for him and Madden Smith also. Who Madden Smith, Miss Alicia? Who that be? You praying for P. Diddy? Well, you know what they say, pray for your enemies. That's what they say, pray for your enemies. So, child, I'll tell y'all again, that one right there, that's another test from God, y'all. Somebody go through that mess that P. Diddy did to all these people, child. That's a real hard one. Can you imagine Cassie? Ooh, mm, child, it's gonna take a whole lot of prayer. Yeah, somebody got to be praying hard. Um, so we gonna see how this thing go and see how it plays out and how he come out on top of this, y'all. But I don't know. I just still I'm kind of like on the fence. I kind of Madden Smith. I don't know who that is. I still kind of think y'all he might just walk with this one. I really do. Maria says that Candy likely some of the people have worked deals to turn state evidence. Mm, mm. I want to know what happened to that third person that was a witness. They said that person had disappeared, y'all. What happened? Went into thin air or something? Where did that said person go to? Mm, child, it's gonna be a mess. And y'all, did y'all see Kimmy Scott showing her hair off, y'all? Her afro she got now. You know, it's been they said 2 years. Kimmy showing her hair off because that said barber that she married. Y'all seen that mess he put on her head? Child, I wouldn't tell nobody I couldn't. Nobody, I was a barber. I don't think that dude ever no barber. He was probably a backroom barber, if anything. He ain't been in no school cutting nobody hair. Tore that head up that night of sitting up. Sitting up down that daggone Love and Marriage Huntsville, but she's got her fro now, y'all. You know, 2 years, and she was showing her little pictures where she went and got her a blowout and all of that stuff. It looked pretty though, but yeah, she's got a lot of hair. I don't know because when I see that picture of Kimmie, where she has like no hair at all. Y'all know how them people be in the movies and stuff, and they put them things on, and it just make it look like they don't have no hair. I thought that's what they put on her head. I'm just saying, I ain't know. I didn't know she really lost all of her hair. Miss Candace says, yes, I suspect so. He really thinks he has not done anything wrong. He is arguing, arguing they were consenting adults. Yeah, that's what they're saying. That is what they're saying. Miss Elise says, everyone testify against him. Yes, Miss Maria, the bald cap. I thought that's what she had on her head, y'all. I'm still on the fence. I ain't know. Sure, I ain't really believe she really had the C. I'm just saying, you know, I'm glad she came out if she really had it. But these people lie so bad, y'all. It's kind of hard for me to believe that she really had it. I'm just saying. Um, Miss Candy says I would just be on a hunger strike. Miss Elisa says you right. Oh wow. Yeah, child. But that's what she was posting. She ain't had no pictures with Lemonhead up there, whatever. But she was posting her pictures, showing the people that she got some hair. She don't want nobody talking about you, but your husband. He the one call you bald head and talking about you wanted a Jeep and didn't have no hair to blow in the wind. That was him that said all that stuff, not the people. The people were feeling sorry for you, showing you love and sympathy and all of that, and you got mad at the people instead of the person that was actually talking about you, who I don't know, you were supposed to be sleeping with every night. So you might need to take that anger and frustration out on him. I'm just saying, just one time I would. Child. And the people still trying to keep hope alive, y'all. I wish they shut up talking about that show because it's not coming back. This month's going to be over with in just a few minutes, a blink of an eye. It'll be gone, over, done. That part. Um, But yeah, she was showing her hair off for the weekend. Um, Bless her heart, y'all. All I know. I reckon she'd be off the wonder. What have I gotten myself into? Miss Elise says they lie so much I don't know. Child, I don't know either. I tell you, I just believe that. I didn't believe it for real, for real. I ain't never seen nobody going through chemo and all that kind of stuff that will pop up on events and stuff, looking all glammed up and revived and all of that. Look like you ain't been through nothing. And you talking about, "Oh, I just got finished getting my chemo, child." I've seen people got chemo. They weren't like that. Them people ready to go lay down. So I'm trying to figure out where you got all this burst of energy from. I'm just saying. Ooh. Child, I think if I didn't have a storyline, that show wouldn't have been one I would have used. I'm not about to do that. Miss Candy says, did Marquez' son wreck the car? Ken let him drive. You know, he wanted everyone to know. Yeah, he wanted everybody to know. I'm not sure which car it was, but Trish did say when she got to the hospital, the people were asking her, did you see the car? Did you see the car? And she was like, yep, that car. How is my son? Where is he at? You know, I was like, yeah, I can feel that too. But I guess they were saying that because I don't know, you know, the way that car looked, it looked it as if the way that they was describing it, it was like a pancake. You would think nobody would survive in that car. So it was a one car accident. Miss Elisa, that mess with Martell is not true. That fool ain't nothing happened to Martell Hopes you. Um, she said, what about the Martell mess? What Martell mess other than they were posting that he had been in a car accident? Marissa's Ken ain't got no license anyway. Hey, Miss Maria, so he need to turn over the keys to somebody else that do. Yeah, y'all know how sometimes these kids be out there driving and stuff, and they got that cell phone in their hand, and they're not paying attention, and that's what happens. My oldest son, he had wrecked my car, messing with the cell phone. I broke the axle on it. Um, Man, that was my car right there. It was a 5-speed Mazda 626. My husband had got it out of the showroom for me, y'all. That thing was nice. And he was like, Mama, can I just drive it down the road, Mama? And when I tell y'all, it wasn't even 5 minutes away from the house. It was not even 5 minutes away from the house. I ain't even about to lie to y'all. I was like, Lord have mercy. My brother then was like, child, that axle is broke. It's a goner. I was like, no. But I was glad my son was good though. I'm like Trish on that one now. But yeah, that's what they be doing. They get distracted with them cell phones and stuff. You can tell them a million times. Y'all know the story. Tell the kids a million times. They ain't about to listen to you. They gonna get out there and think they can do what they can do. And grown people do too. They get distracted as well as the kids, cause their phone ding. They gonna look at it. They just gotta look at that phone. And it can easily happen to them as well. Miss Candy says she meant Jaden Smith, I think. What about Jaden Smith? Maria says, preferably no rugs or liquor involved. I know they didn't say none of that was involved, so that's a blessing too. I just think it probably been something with his cell phone pinging, and he can't wait till he get to a red light and look at it. I am hoping that he did not get hurt. Said he had a brace on his neck, Miss Alicia. She was saying over there. That's really all that was said. His neck was in a brace or whatever. But y'all, if you in a car accident, it's looking like a pancake, child. There won't nobody but God drive. I mean, child. Woo. And she was so thankful. She was thanking God for giving her son another chance. Losing people, child. I tell you. Mm. But yeah, that's what had happened with him, and came over here trying to shoot her shot. I think she's just probably angry at the people because her marriage is not turning out probably the way that she thought it was gonna turn out. But if you already married somebody that's for the streets, what else you think gonna happen? You think just because you married that person, they're gonna automatically stop because they get married? It has to be within that person to make a change of their life for the better. Miss Elisa says he looks like something happened to him also. Um, who Miss Alicia? Miss Maria says, my daughter Taylor to toddle my grand AM. She was home from school and begged to drive to the store. Came to a blind intersection, pulled out, didn't see the SUV. Neither driver was injured. Child, that is a blessing all by itself. Kiki husband did. His face says Kiki husband did a new tribute to her yesterday. Oh, that was nice. Um, Madden. Mm. I'm trying to keep up with Miss Alicia. I'm trying to put this together. Who is Madden? Jaden Smith, Madden. I mean, what are we talking about? If you could tell me what we're talking about, um, maybe we can kind of like go from there. Um, but yeah, that's mostly what's going on YouTube streets, y'all. I tell you, it's like the people is on this Diddy case, y'all. They own it. They own it. It's everywhere. You can say millions and millions, child. Wherever you want to, however you want to say it, child. People is posted to the TV, waiting to see what's gonna happen, child. I know we go through a lot of things in this good lifetime, but child, he brought all this mess on himself. Ooh, he's praying, child. Child, I'd be up every night, all night, every night. I stopped to the store this afternoon, y'all, and I was talking to this guy. He said he hadn't been to sleep since Friday night, since Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today, Monday. And he was putting up. He worked in the store and he was stocking and stuff. Most of the time when you haven't been to sleep, I said, no sleep at all. And the lady was like, no, he has not been to sleep. I said, what time you getting off? He said, you see all that stuff back there? I got to put all this stuff up before I can leave. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I'm going to put all this up. I said, so you off tomorrow? He said, no, I'm not off tomorrow. He says that he got to work Monday through Friday because he go to school, I think, Saturday and Sunday or something. I said, you literally are just like sleepwalking. That's another thing right there, y'all. People be pushing it to the limits, and we out there on the highway with people, y'all. When I say we don't have no clue who we are passing on these highways and thing, y'all, now that is so scary because, he just driving, been up since Friday, and today is Monday. His eyes wasn't red or nothing like that. And I told that lady in there working with him, I said, y'all make sure he get home safe. I said, because when he fall out and go to sleep, child, he gonna be knocked out for a minute. I told him, I said, he's like, kind of like a young guy, maybe early mid 30s or something like that. Miss Maria says that Faith, that's nice. I pray the children are doing well. Melissa says Will Smith's son, something happened. Oh, Will and Jada's son, something happened with Will and Jada's son. I haven't seen anything about that, Miss Alicia. I was just talking about uh Trish off of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Trish and Marquez's son was in a bad accident in April. So I haven't seen nothing about Will and Jada. Maria says I can understand. Let's see. Uh, uh, uh. His body going to shut down. Yes, I told him that. I told him, I said, boy, you cannot function like that. When I said not even a nap, y'all know how sometimes you want to try to catch a nap. This dude said he ain't had nothing, been up since Friday, all day, all night. I was like, ain't no way. Friday, Saturday, child, come on. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is 4 days. Hey, Miss Denise. Hey, girl. How are you? Welcome. How you doing this good Monday? Hope you had an amazing Mother's Day, and thank you for checking on me. Appreciate you. I should say appreciate you as well. Yes, that part right there. Miss Denise, you been posted to this here good old Diddy trial, girl. I know you been up there posted looking at it, child. I'm gonna be in on this one. Miss Maria says that Miss Denise, she says, hey friend, how you been? Child, everybody posted. Mm, I know one thing, y'all. If this fool get off, child, it's gonna be a lot of people about terrified to death. Ooh, mm. I think the biggest part with these people, what they mostly worried about, y'all, is these freak off tapes popping out. And child, can y'all imagine who they gonna be pointing out that they see on the freak off tapes? Lord have mercy, Jesus. Ain't this amazing, y'all, how things you do that you think nobody ain't looking at you, how he can just turn around and hit you in the face all of a sudden? You be like, now wait a minute, I ain't expect that there to pop out. Where did this come from? Um, see what Miss Alicia says. Um, she says, look at him just like be sure gray. He look gray to you. Hey girl, hey. Child, I can't even get right. Wait a minute. Child. I hit it wrong way. Hey girl, hey.
Hey, this is Hattie May
Where you
hairstyle
going?
today, baby. I'm Hattie May today, baby. I'm your auntie Hattie. I got my Hattie May wig on. I'm ready to go. Okay,
Miss
I'm the one. I'm
Miss
sitting with
Maria,
women
Miss
going
Faith,
off all day.
y'all. Miss Faith, y'all. Hattie Mae has joined the live. Y'all say hey to Hattie Mae up in here. Miss Maria says at Alicia, I can't find anything about Jaden Smith other than his Met Gala appearances. Y'all see Hattie Mae? Lord, I tell you, Hattie Mae has fell up in the building, y'all. Hattie Mae,
Hattie
you look
May
like
is in the building. Hey y'all, hi. How y'all
Hattie
doing? This
Mae.
old Hattie. Hattie May is in the
Hattie Mae,
building. I like her. Go ahead, sis.
how was your Mother's Day yesterday, Hattie Mae?
Oh, child, it was good, even though I sat with the back pains and the knees was aching and the toes crisscrossed every day, every which way. But hey, I was feeling great afterwards. I was feeling one lovely. Good with
Miss
it.
Maria says,
Good, y'all.
Adelisa, she says, oh, yeah, he has looked odd for quite some time. Child, all I know, one look like Will, one look like Jada, y'all. You can't expect a whole lot out of them. They're cheering, child. They have been through a
Them
lot, too.
children, them kids are throwed. I'm sorry. Y'all, please don't get mad at me for saying that, but them kids is off. But look at the
Yeah,
parents. They off
but
too.
yeah, they look like something, they probably have been traumatized. Miss Hattie Mae up here. Ain't no telling. Miss Elise says, I read something this morning that was crazy. Well, what did you read, Miss Alicia? Faith says, so you came off that what? Um, that hot Mother's Day date, Miss Hattie Mae?
Oh,
Miss
Miss Hattie
Hattie.
didn't have no date, y'all. Miss Hattie didn't have no date. That I dates with the Lord. Okay, the Lord is my date. That's all I have. Just standing with Jesus alone.
Girl, girl, I know the man try to, give you a flower or something, girl. Come on now. You can tell us you know how we is
Nuh-uh.
over
I got
here.
my
You
own
can go
stuff.
ahead and let us
I ain't
know.
got no flour. I didn't get no flour, no candy. I had me a little cup of wine that I've been having in here that I stole from my son. But other than that, I'm good.
Child, I tell you, life, health, and strength is better than anything. I thank God
Mm-hmm.
for that. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Faith, she didn't have no Hattie Mae didn't go on no date, so she tell us, Miss Faith, we don't know, we won't there, but that's what she's saying. Her date was with the Lord. That's what Hattie Mae said.
With the Lord.
Miss Hattie Mae, have you been looking at the jury? Have you been looking at the Diddy stuff today? Because it's everywhere.
No, I haven't been on YouTube at all today. I've been caught up in doing my projects and stuff. I haven't really been
Mm.
listening to the Marys.
Child, child,
That's
the
it.
people they're gonna try to come for Diddy holding it. They got 8 men and 4 women on the jury, girl.
Oh, they getting him. Oh, he better
Hmm
have
Got
him some. He better have him some good money.
got Miss Cassie sitting on the front row seat up there. The mom and the cheerleader was there today too.
But you know what? Cassie better be careful.
Yeah.
Careful, better be careful, because if he get off, that's all I'm gonna say.
Miss Elise says, I just about Cassie, who's supposed to have pissed in someone mouth. What? Child like it not. Miss Maria said, did Pistol Pack and Sally go in on a date at Miss Denise? Aunt Hattie? Aunt Hattie? You let Pistol Pack and
No,
Sally
no.
go?
I told Sally to go sit still today. Be quiet and stuff and be a lady. So she ain't going nowhere. She just stayed in now.
Hey, Miss Salt and Light, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for popping in. Child, no, pistol packing salad didn't go nowhere. Now we got Miss Hattie May up here. Miss Salt and Light, we got Miss Hattie May up in here with us today now. It might say Miss Denise, but it's not her. It's Hattie May now. Miss Elisa says Cassie should be far away. Yeah, y'all. And then they were saying like that people were trying to drag her. What y'all think about that situation? I thought he paid her that money to shut up and disappear. She asked for 30 million, but a couple of days went by and he ended up paying her. People are saying like in the hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, what in the world?
Well, that was the purpose of that was some people was telling him, well, you go ahead and settle. You go ahead and settle out, blah, 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 and let this go away. But just like 50 told him, you should have never settled out of court with her. You should have went on, took her to court. Because
Mm-hmm.
now he can open up the door for what is happening right now.
Mm. Miss Salt and Light said, Miss Denise, the sermon went well. Thank you for your praying.
All right, all right. You're welcome, love.
Mm-mm. Child, can you imagine giving somebody that type of money and then they still testify against you? You right, y'all right. She should be nervous. I would be
Of
scared.
course, could imagine that. Just ask Aura Kelly. Just ask the Aura. All them heifers he paid off. And they still with they lie behinds went they back down there and did snitched again. And one of the girls, the same one who was skipped school to come up there, the same one he pushed out the door, told he didn't want to be bothered with her. The same one that jumped the fence of his gate to come in his doggone house. The same one that after she won the lawsuit and sued him with the help of his manager goes back, called him up months later, and wanted to know could they start messing around again and everything. The same one, the same one.
Mm. Child. Mm.
Entitlement for me. They entitled.
I think J Lo probably somewhere terrified. Mary J, all these people, y'all, that was affiliated with this dude. Ooh, that was thinking that he was gonna promote them and they careers and all of that stuff and years and y'all see what I'm saying? Years and years and years later, this what come back to haunt you.
Mm-hmm. Because they know so much. All don't you can't tell me none of them folks know what that man was doing. That's why if
Child.
you pay attention to what Mary J. Blige used to say, she was never part of Bad Boy. She just always did a collaboration with him. She was not signed to Bad Boy, never was. Which she was.
Mm, mm. Mr. Niece, they trying to get him for conspiracy, racketeering, trafficking, ex-trafficking. Child, he got a whole long list of stuff that 5 counts, but it's long, child. I don't know. I got shoot. He probably wishing he could go get Johnny Cochran up out of the grave right about now.
Well, you better go
Child,
on over there and call up his children, because that's who got the firm now. Call them kids up. Somebody in there like they daddy. Like my
mm,
daddy.
You think his mama? Child, his mama, she might need to be up there. She created this here monster like that. Miss Maria
Yeah.
says, why does everyone try and put it all on Cassie? Stormy Daniels took them millions from DT and still testified. You can't do someone dirty and expect them to do you right. Well, that is true too, Miss Maria. Absolutely. I totally agree with you. Child, she gonna have to take some of them million and get her some security bodyguards and all of that, y'all. Miss Elisa says I would have said, come on over, and I would have got my greens on her, my goons on her. Child, not the goons. Ooh, Miss Maria says, I doubt Cochran would. Miss Maria, if the price is right, Cochran would have. Mm.
Yeah.
Uh, she says, I doubt Cochran would touch it. This too much. This too much. Child, and the money would have been too much too. Y'all, that fool a billion? Is he a billionaire? That's why they say he used his billionaire status to scare these people to death.
Mm-hmm. Ain't gonna tell her what brother got going.
Who overseeing the money now? You know he was putting up the 5 millions and 20 millions and all of that, trying to get his behind out. I think if them people they knew if they would have let him out, if they would have let him loose, he would have fled. He be gone.
Not only that, if they would have let him loose, it ain't the flooding he was gonna do. It was the intimidation and disappearing of some folks, starting
Mm-hmm.
with Kelly,
Mm-hmm.
allegedly.
Shoot, they still trying to find that person, the third person that they said the third person, somebody that's supposed to be testifying has disappeared, child.
Disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Just like that doctor. That doctor that could confirm what really happened to Kill, he done disappeared.
Miss Maria said he was a billionaire briefly. Not briefly, Miss Maria died.
Mm-mm.
Child, who? It's a shame to have all that money and they can't buy you out of this mess right here. First of all, you should have had more sense of what you had getting out there doing all that crazy stuff. Y'all, do you think that's just a demonic spirit obsessed with X like that? I mean, it has to be. It ain't that much X in the world, y'all. Come on.
Mm. It ain't. But that's what they call them nympho.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's when you're addicted to sex and you gotta go to this that you really. Hey, everybody they was. And they had to that's why Halle Berry divorced this really retarded self. He gotta have it. And it ain't never
Mm,
satisfied with one person now.
mm.
Yeah, that's what it's
Child.
called. It's a condition. A heck of a condition, but it's one nonetheless.
Well, child, he should took his condition and took it and laid it on somebody's couch. Miss Elise says yes, but his mom is taking care of the artist. Maria says they denied bail because he was a flight risk. Remember, he dipped after the charges service. Plus, he was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to turn himself in, and they ended up having to go yank him up. Not yank him up. Miss Maria, he was right there in New York, New
Yeah.
York.
I went
He
and got
just
that tail.
But look, he just wanted to get a little toasty. He didn't want to feel nothing when the people came to pick him up. That's all that was.
They don't care. When they say turn yourself in, you turn yourself in.
Mm. Child, I don't even know if I would have trusted him to do that anyway.
They were
Mm.
stupid to believe he was gonna do that.
Miss Elisa says they all had something to do with it. Child. Mm, mm, mm. And then they talking about his one of his sons, one or two of his sons is just like him. So I'm like, child, what they supposed to do? Take the money and the empire and continue it on? Boy, y'all better go sit down somewhere. We end up
Mm-hmm.
gonna be just like your pappy. He was in Miami. Girl, I thought the people said he was right there in New York, y'all. And he said he was gonna turn himself in the next day. Miss Maria says he was in Miami, came to New York, but didn't turn himself in. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, he was right there in New York when the people when they picked him up. He said he was going down without a fight, y'all. That's it. That's all.
That's it. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Niece, they said it ain't gonna take them about 2 weeks, girl. That right there would scare me alone. I mean, all these tape and stuff, child, it gotta be a little bit longer than that.
So
Y'all
but
done
not
rushed
only
through,
that, not only
they,
that,
they,
not only
they
that
done
though,
ran
sis,
through
they
my
got
they telling me they done rushed through my situation. They can't do that in no 2 weeks.
oh no, see. No way.
Yeah, they said 2 weeks.
Mm, we about to see.
I'll be like, this ain't sounding right to me. Y'all gonna need to get somebody else to get another judge, another venue, and all of that. Y'all ain't finna decide my faith in no 2 weeks. Ain't no way.
You know what? This is what they saying. Have the trial fully started? Like they already sitting there listening to testimonies and all of that stuff.
No, they finished up with the juror today. 8 weeks, Miss Charlene. Hey, Miss Charlene, how are
Now
you? And
that now
welcome.
keep in mind it's an estimate. Now they give an estimate, say, okay, well, we're gonna be doing this for 2 weeks. But that 2 weeks could turn into 120 some days or 180 days. You never know. It's just
Shoot.
based on what they got going on, who all they got to talk to, who all being subpoenaed, what all records they got to get, who's coming up missing that ain't gonna show up for court, all of that. So yeah, they can say what they want. They can say it's be 2 weeks and it end up being a whole year.
See Miss Charlene down here talking about 8 weeks. That ain't number 2 months. That's still too short of a time to decide my fate. Nah, they got too much mess. They got to dig in and dig out and all that. Nah, that ain't about to work. Miss Maria says that Charlene. She says welcome and hello. I think that's what she said.
Uh-huh.
Child, I cannot. Yeah, I was thinking when I heard somebody saying like Charlie's on TMZ. It's just everywhere. So somebody could have misquoted. I could have misquoted, but child, I thought they said 8 to 10 days. Child, that's what the people were saying. So we just gotta wait. Yeah, they just finished with that jury, getting the jury today, though.
Mm.
Mm, 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 mm. Miss Charlene said jury made up of 8 men and 4 women. Yes, ma'am. Hey, Miss Sexy Diva. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for popping in, and thank you. Yeah, hey, Miss Denise, what you think about it? Ain't none of the people his color, Miss Denise.
I figured that. See, you about to find out who all had your back. You about to find out that what's gonna happen if they really gonna have your back, sir. You really about to find out.
I was telling Miss Maria them I thought maybe he would have been more, wanting more women than men, because maybe he thought his attorneys thought that they could persuade the women. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So since he picked the jury of his peers, I got a question. So do you think Martell Hope gonna be picking the jury of his peers?
Probably so. But
Child.
the question would be, what jury of his peers is it? Because
I knew,
ski
I
ball.
knew, I just knew you were gonna say something crazy when I
Yeah,
said it.
yeah, yeah. Because he done dang near slept with everybody. Ooh, we.
I cannot with you. Miss Maria said they might have been talking about seating a jury in weeks. Child, I don't know. Hey, Miss Antonio, how are you and welcome. Uh, yeah, Miss Denise, I need to know who's gonna be Martell Holt's jury child. This is gonna be a jury trial for him as well. Miss Charlene
Me
says I was
too.
called for. Wait a minute. She says I was called for jury duty, and I figured it was for the Diddy case. I asked for a postponement. No, you did not ask for no postponement, Miss Charlene. I ain't think that
Mm-mm.
you did, girl.
I'm gonna tell y'all something else. This is gonna make y'all holler. My auntie is when I say my auntie is deeply rooted, my mama's sister, she is deeply into Christ. God, she believes that Bible to the T, baby. When the Bible said, do not judge, or ye should be judged, like that, baby, they
Mhm.
sent her a letter for jury duty. She told them folks, no, I would not be coming up there doing no judging. The Bible said, God said, you do not judge. Okay, I ain't God. Call him, ask him to come. That's the, but I feel like, I said, I know she about to go to jail.
But you know what? I thought they said if they pick send you whatever to be on the jury, you have to go. Do you could be something, what is contempt
Right.
or something?
But they give you a list of what reasons that you have not to even go down there. And every time they try to summons me to come down there, I can't make it. I sure
Well,
cannot. Do you have the following? Yeah, I got cheering. Okay, I got cheering. I can't go. I can't get up. I'm sick. I can't go. I won't do it. I just can't go down there.
Miss Maria says no, don't know a jury appears from a box of crayons. Miss Cesar
You
Diva, you
know.
still in here? This is not Miss Denise. You might see Miss Denise up here, but I got Miss Hattie May up here with me today, girl.
I'm
I
gonna have
got
to go in
Hattie
and
May.
change my name, but yeah, that's Miss Hattie. How
Yeah,
y'all
Miss
doing?
Hattie's up here.
How y'all doing? My
Mm-hmm.
beloved, how y'all doing?
Yeah, Miss Hattie, child. I cannot imagine who Martell Hope gonna pick for a jury
This
child.
is
This is gonna
Hattie
be
Mae.
another hot mess.
Uh-huh.
Cause after you look, we in the middle of May, April, May. Child, this month by the way, he gonna be finding himself back in court before he realizes. Miss Stacey Davis says, hello, at Maria.
But no, here's the thing. Keep in mind that he is the one that some kind of way, for whatever reason, having these continuance every time. I guess they gonna keep on continuing his tail all the way out. Like, how long do you got to be continued?
I
Because
thought
I'm
they said he
continuing to
couldn't
stop.
get. I thought they said they could only have like three, but this is the
This
first
man
one
done
as
had
far.
more than three.
But this is the first one as far as the jury case goes. Miss Hattie.
Oh my sugar lord. I
But
don't
yeah,
know these little youngins, these little young pups. I just don't know what to say about them. Cause in
Miss
my
Maria.
day,
Miss Maria says, I got a summons. I asked to be excused, citing my dislike of clear people and my mistrust of the, what's that? Judah, I can't even say the word. Judiciary? Yeah, I was excused, child.
see,
Mm.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna show you how to get out of it. You go on down there like my sister. They every time they always calling for her, but she don't never get picked. Cause soon as she go in there, they say, I believe in everything. I believe everything I see on TV. All that. Yep, yep, yep. They can't tell me no different. I saw everything.
Child.
They hurry up and kick her out the door.
You know what? I think I might would have wanted to I might would have wanted to sit in on this one, y'all. Look, y'all know the people gonna be trying to sell the story. Child, they're gonna be trying to do some of everything when the people find out they was on that jury.
Mm-mm. You know what? But here's the thing: some people don't want these high profile cases. Know why? Because it's too
Mm.
much. I done seen cases where the juror done got sick, and because you can't go out when it's that high profile, they can't be seen, they can't go out, they gotta be surveillance, they can't talk. If it is a case, they let you go home. Because some depends again how profile the case is. In some cases, they don't go home. They have to stay. They get put up in a hotel room and they cannot go home. They can't be on social media. They can't all of it. So that's why
Child.
a lot of people don't want to do jury duty because they don't know what case they're getting or placed on. They just know they're being picked for a case. They don't know what the case is until they in there.
So they actually do they put them up. I remember way back when it seemed like they was putting them up in like hotels or something. They couldn't go,
Yeah.
to their families and stuff. They gotta stay there until this is over.
Over. Yeah, they have to stay there because they can't risk them telling their families anything about the case. Because if anybody say anything to their family, they talk about that case, or somebody see, or they let somebody know, let them know that they're on this particular case, that's gonna throw the whole case out. So to be able to secure them and keep them until everything is over with, they put them up in the hotel and they keep them all together. Like they keep them all in the same hall or something like that to that fact, but they keep them all in the same hotel. They can't have they can't be on social media. They can't none of that because if it's found out that they have, then they compromise the whole case, and then they got to start from scratch.
Yeah,
Yep,
but
they
Miss
have to start
Denise,
from
what,
scratch.
okay, let's think about it. Let's be realistic right about now. So, with cell phones, how they gonna stop? You saying that they're gonna take the people's cell phones? They can't call and speak to their loved ones or none of that?
If they it again, it depends on the case. It depends on what kind, like, okay, for the Diddy trial. Here you got a Diddy trial coming up, just like they did with the OJ case. We got a Diddy trial coming up. This is a severely high profile case. So they're gonna, whatever the judge decide, the judge say, hey, y'all can't have y'all phones, use y'all phones, then they ain't gonna be able to have them phones and use them phones. If it's found out that they're using a phone or texting or talking to somebody, they will be dismissed, and then they have to start the whole process over again if they don't have somebody to substitute.
Mm. Child. Miss Faye says I told them my cushion was on I guess my cousin was on death row and everybody walked. They took me off for good. There you
Be
go.
careful.
Maria says they kicked my sister out every time, even though she wanted to serve. She worked as a court administrator for 10 years. Wow. Miss Sexy Diva says, let's please get the lights up. Thank you, Miss Sexy Diva. She says that Maria, you're going to have to lock the doors, Miss Maria. Lord have mercy. Miss Salt and Light says they are sequestered. Um, Child, I don't know about all that right there now. I be on that jury, but looking, y'all can't be holding me hostage. And I'm feeling like I'm in prison too. Miss Maria says that, gee, if the jury is sequestered, then they are put up in a hotel. They cannot contact family, friends. They cannot go on social media, and they are not supposed to be watching. Girl, y'all can't take all my privilege away. Y'all, they don't pay that much money for a jury. They
It
do
depends
not.
on again. They don't, but again, it depends on the trial or the particular trial that you have. If you happen to get in on a high profile trial, and that's why a lot of people don't want to take these cases because they don't know what to. You might go in there and realize that you're not going to be able to come home because this is a high profile case, and they're not fit to risk it. You know, they want to do one shot, get in there, get the evidence in, and get them tried, and let it not have to be a mistrial or where they have to go back and redo all this stuff all over again. So they want to go straight at it. They don't want no
Yeah.
way to compromise what they build.
Yeah, Miss Maria says they usually choose 12 jurors and 4 to 6 alternates. I think they had like 6 alternates for him, Miss Maria. Miss Salt Knight says definition instead of going home at the end of the day, jurors stay in hotels where their access to other people, radio, news, television news, and newspapers is limited. Child, I cannot. I ain't did nothing. Why y'all doing My Miss Maria says that it's also to protect the integrity of the jurors. They
Hey, what
cannot be
happened?
tampered with or intimidated.
I can't
Say what
hear
Miss
nothing.
what you say, Miss Hattie? Miss Hattie. Miss Charlene says the Diddy jurors are not sequestered. Sequestered. Mm. Well, that's not good then if they're not like that. Mm. Well, the y'all I needed this laugh. Y'all think Martell jury gonna be sequestered? I'm just asking for a friend, and Miss Hattie want to know too. You know what y'all think they're gonna do with him? Instead of them putting his little mess off, his little petty mess he got going on, they should at least went on ahead and did the jury. Daggone it, just tired of him. Ooh, child. Well, I think that it's starting tomorrow. Then, if they finished up with the jury today for Diddy, things should be getting ready to pop off a little bit tomorrow. Miss Charlene, to my Martell's case might last one day. Miss Charlene, you must have forgot. We're talking about the Martell Holt. Martell Holt is digging stuff up out of places you ain't never thought to go and look. Miss Asa Davis says 36 watching and only 17 likes. Let's get the G Squad likes up. Y'all please hit that like button for me. Please and thank you. Y'all over here in the bushes being spectators. Can you please hit the like button? So greatly needed. Miss Salt like to my some no. Miss Maria to my at G child. Push. Wait a minute, this thing is gone. What it say? Mm. Not one day for Martell Holt. Miss who said that? She must don't know who Martell Holt is, child. Um, push leads the trial gonna be 1.5 hour long, including deliberating. Y'all, yeah, see y'all up in here playing today. Y'all underestimating the one and only Martell Holt. Now, y'all know he always got something to tell the people. He just waiting around to see what's gonna happen. Y'all ain't hearing me. Mm, 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 mm.
Oh,
Child.
Lord.
Miss Hattie, your doorbell was ringing?
No, somebody must have died. Spam caller be calling. I don't be knowing her. I don't know why she keep scam lightly. I don't know why she keep calling me. I don't know her.
Child. Hey, Miss Hattie, what if the people want you to go down there and be on the this here said jury for Martell Hope? Y'all think he gonna have 12 and 6 on the standby? Y'all think
Oh,
that's gonna
no,
happen?
Lord. I can't be going down there with that little boy down there with that little milk dude. That boy. I can't be able because he gonna be running my pressure up and all of that, and I'm gonna have to get a sermon going, and they ain't gonna allow me to give him what thus says the Lord. It is because it ain't right in my spirits. Because that
Child.
child needs to be touched and anointed.
Let me tell y'all, this right here gonna be the laughing stock of the
Huntsville.
world. Not just Huntsville, people trying to be posted in to see. This is gonna be a laughing daggone stock. I'm just saying. Miss Maria says, "Hey, bush campers, Lord have mercy, Jesus, what's wrong with the people?"
I hope.
Child,
I wish. Talking about with Martell. I hope if it come down to him that they finally get it going. I hope they let the cameras in so we can see this mess. Put it on
Ooh,
court TV.
wouldn't that be something, child? I wish. Miss Maria says, "Hey, Bush Campers, I'm gonna need 17 of y'all to pop out and tap the screen. Thanks, y'all. Please hit the like button for me while you're over here. And if you get ready to leave on your way out, just tap the button. It's free. It don't hurt you. It will not hurt you. Uh,
Free your mind.
Child, y'all sitting up here playing around with Martell Hope fate. Y'all better stop. Miss Maria says, "Gee, I don't underestimate the DA. They ain't coming to play with Narc. Child,
Hmm.
child." Miss Hattie, what you got to say about that? I think, shoot, the way Martell Hope been tricking these
If
himpos, child, I think he can trick the
I'm
DA.
trying to tell you that I don't know what he got up there or what's going on, but you let that DA better not be no woman, cause he gonna go try to find out where she at and knock her down soon. All you gotta do is throw on that little Martell fake charm. Hey, what you doing? And all that mess. You know how he talk. Just makes your skin crawl.
Child, they say he can talk to make you think he's really this child, I cannot.
But he ain't make me feel like that when he called trying to find out that he needed a nanny. The craziness, the lies you tell. Hattie don't be playing that type of stuff.
Miss Esty
Back in
says,
my
tap the
day,
screen. It don't cost anything, period, boo. In my wildebeest voice. Child, not the wildebeest. Miss Sensitive, I told him I was trying to see if you could remember what that remedy was for puffiness and swole eyes, child, from the wildebeest, y'all. What was it, Miss Hattie? Do you remember what she said was good for, when you be crying, your eyes be all swole up and stuff, girl? She had a remedy for that.
I
I'm just
got a remedy for that. It's something simple. Just go on in there and get you some cucumbers and pop that stuff right on there. Take that baggage right on the way. Take that swelling down. Yeah, you better read it. Get that some cucumbers. Go on, get some cucumbers and suck that. Gonna suck that puffiness right on out. Take all that extra baggage, the Louis Vuittons, the Coach purse, all that. Gonna remove it.
Miss Maria says, remember he done already pissed the DA off. Yeah, he sure did when he there calling, talking about, so what you doing down there? Miss Salt Light says Martell should have left well enough alone. You couldn't tell him that. Things of that nature. Child, that's his favorite word, Miss Salt and Light.
Hit
That's
the
what he
things
tell
of
the
that nature
DA.
king.
And Miss Hattie, that's what he gonna be telling the DA, and things of that nature. I'm gonna want
And
this jewel right here.
this is how we gonna know he lying if they ever let us get it. If he ever go in there and just actually go into the trial, because you asked for this trial. So why they keep giving you a cartoon? We ready to see this get off and popping and get this over with. He gonna be up in that talking about, you know what I'm talking about? Huh? Yeah. And yeah.
Things of
Yeah.
that
See,
nature.
that's how you know he be lying.
That
I
is
be
his
like, spit
favorite
it out.
word. Child, that's his favorite word. Miss Candy says the
You know what I'm
trial.
talking about?
She said the trial won't last too long. They have 5 major witnesses. They are already starting off with salacious things. Cassie will likely go first due to her pregnancy. Child, can y'all imagine Cassie having to look at this devil again? Man, I've been like, y'all put me in a secluded window or something. I
Hold
don't want
on
to
one
be in the
second.
same room with him. Miss Maria says it's something like right. It would have been over and done with. Child. Miss Sexy Diva says yes. Maria says I've read preparation. Child. Martell said he's a what is it? What they call it? He's a this is a high case. Yeah, he gonna need the right people that are being there with him. H takes swelling down. Oh, preparation H takes swelling down. Is that what you said, Miss Maria? I don't know. I think she might have said that. She probably did. I can't even remember what that crazy thing we're talking about that day. Oh, she was on a ramp. She popped out too last night, y'all, but I ain't really look at it, y'all. Well, I heard a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. She said she had so many people, y'all, that called her yesterday for Mother's Day. I was on dream. I think I've really seen a little bit, y'all. He said the people, so many people love her so much, y'all, and so many people called her yesterday, and she was talking about all the people that had called her over. she was talking about like over 50 some people, if not more, that had called her for Mother's Day. She was bragging about the love, the love, the love, y'all. I said, Lord have mercy, she's one. Well, that's what the people do. When Mother's Day come around, you're gonna get texts and phone calls all throughout the day. So you ain't no different. What make you think you special? Miss Candy says if Martell gets another continuous, they may as well drop the charges, which is what he is likely hoping for. Yeah. Miss Candy says a bag of peas, girl, not a bag of peas. Take down the swelling. Miss Something Light says he said he is a high value girl. That's what he called himself, a high value man. God no, hey, he used to be that whenever that man was living. The one that Lord child, he sure had them people down there fool. Maria says the DA will instruct Cassie to look at her during her time in the stand. Also, victims advocate will likely be in the courtroom. So when Cassie can't look at the DA, she can look at the advocate. Mm, wow. Miss Candace says, did y'all see Cam Newton has another baby on the way with the live in Girl Jasmine? Child, no. Child, that's all they want to do, be Johnny. Child. It seems like X has taken over the world. It's taken over the world and the people's mind, y'all. They can't focus on nothing. Child, let me shut up. Maria says that Candy, they can't drop them because he has already been convicted. Well, thank God for that little piece of good news, Miss Maria, because if he can get it dropped, child, can y'all, ooh, ooh. I reckon the lady Mel and her family then be sitting around there laughing. Y'all know that fool wanted a whole jury. Child, they can't do nothing but laugh at this mess right here. Make it make sense. Miss Candy says, it's a waste of courthouse money to open the doors and no trial takes place at Maria. LOL. Miss Maria says Cam Newton way, child. That's a hot mess. Way too weird to even shake hands with. Ooh, not weird. Mm. What y'all? I heard the people talking about Riri, little man. Y'all, do he travel down both highways or just one? I'm just asking for a friend. Cause I heard, he travel both highways. I mean, I'm just saying. And
I'm
I
here
said,
still. I'm listening.
yeah, I was saying, do you think Riri man travel down both highways or just one? That's what the people saying. He travel down, both the highways. I'm just asking.
I think he's down one. I don't think he's traveling down both.
Hmm. I don't know. I heard, Tasha K over there shouting it out allegedly. And I had to, it makes you just think when people throw stuff out there like that, because it's just so many of these dudes, y'all playing house in the closet, up in the
Well, if
closet.
they already in hot, y'all know Hollywood and the industry is called Hollyweird. So
Mm,
the thing about it is what it is. I'll guarantee you dig a little deeper, you'll see a whole lot because everything is on. You're looking at the main side. It's what's happening behind the scenes and on black webs that ain't gonna be showing out here.
mm,
So again, unless you in that back world, you'll be able to see it.
child. But you know what, Miss Hattie, they don't even care whether you see it or not. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna be with it or not.
I don't know, honey, because see, back in my day, I like to be the clean and the pure.
Mm,
Back in my day, we didn't believe in all that. It was one woman with a man. That was all
yeah,
that's supposed to be. Either he married or he ain't. That's
yeah,
all it is.
yeah, that
If you was
part
a
right
side
there.
chick, you was a side chick, you know your place. You just don't come out here all in the open and stuff and letting everybody know that you the side plus the main meal. You can't be doing that. That's
But
what
Miss Hattie,
happened.
today they don't care whether if they traveling down both highways or not. I mean, it is what it is. You're gonna either stay with me or you gonna leave. I mean, the choice is really up to you.
Think about it. Who really want her after all? Well, I don't know. I'm gonna take that back. It's quite a blow because her money. But I'm saying if
Yeah.
she's really looking for love, 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 how many guys would really step up and say, "Hey, I want to be with her for love," and not what she has?
Mm.
I can't really
Um,
speak on if he's there with her because of that way or whatever, or she probably saying like, "Hey, it ain't no more opportunity out there for me, so I'm gonna just stick with him no matter what they say about him."
wow. Miss Maria says, I don't know. She likes it. I love it. They said the same about her. So, Lord Jesus. Miss Sexy Davis, can y'all please hit the like button? Please hit the like button. Thank you so much. Tap the screen. It don't cost anything. What y'all think about that there Rhoa, y'all? No, yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all, that thing is getting boring to me. I did hear Ralph said last night, y'all, that that girl had been out there with Tay, y'all. He about to put her, he about to blow her spot clean up. Lord, I said, Jesus Christ. And then we got Shima over there, invited Ralph, Ralph to the out to dinner. Y'all see that mess last night? It's kind of boring to me. You know, Portia loud and ain't saying and doing nothing over there. Miss Maria said the doors is closed. Y'all please hit that like button. Jesus Christ. I know that the YouTube streaks is kind of sad and slow, y'all, but you know, you can come on in and join in the conversation. Just hit the like button for the good people. Thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, yeah, the Rhoa is it's boring, y'all. I be like, daggone. Miss Candy says Martell don't understand he has been convicted. He thought he only agreed to a jury trial. Child. Mm-mm.
That's how you know. That's how you know he's slow.
Mm, mm, mm. Choo. Mm-mm. Miss Denise, did you look at Rhoa last night?
I refuse to look at Rhoa. I refuse to look at Married to Medicine. I refuse to look at any of that. You know, I
Mm,
go to bed with the chickens and the roosters and stuff.
mm. Child, it really won all of that last night. I'm just ready to see Basketball Wives tonight.
I'll let you tell me about it.
If the daggone Roar, because it's boring. Portia, you know, people saying that Angela is basically done taking Portia's place, and she trying to ride off the back of Drew and all that craziness, and they were saying she need to sit out this season, talking about she getting, y'all know she got to move back home to that house she let her mom stay in. Miss Candy said by ways at G, the way he looks and dresses, he wears her clothes. See, I knew y'all were gonna make me laugh. I knew that. Miss Faye says, I don't watch it. I don't like Portia. Ooh, no Portia. I'm starting not to like Portia, Miss Faye. She's just loud and wrong. Ain't saying and doing nothing. Now people about to take that, they about to snatch that little bag that they offer her back though, because she can't film in the house, can't film the daggone car. She just can't do nothing, y'all. Everything that she doing is somewhere else. So what really is the point? She get more traction over there on YouTube than she is on this show. Maria says that's how you know he don't listen. I know his attorney told him, shaking my head. Miss Maria, you should have put a D in there, shaking my D head, because that was crazy right there. Miss Cecily D says, I'm tired of Shamir, girl. And it looked like, whoo, child. It to me, y'all, it just look like these people are struggling for a storyline. She Miss Cecily said, I'm tired of Shamir's lying ass anyway.
That's how lost I
Child.
am. I don't even know who Shamia is.
Shamil has got this $9 million house in Atlanta. Her stuff is legit. She married this man. He builds something or do something with escalators or something like that, I think. Her stuff is real and legit. Her and Portia's supposed to be best friends, but it looked like that's a disaster too. It's falling apart too. Miss Candace says just slow at Maria. LOL. Good child. I read my whole they were like, do you realize what you just done? And Miss Candy, no doubt they probably couldn't persuade him to change his mind or none of that. Y'all know a not gonna do what a not want to do, and you can't tell them nothing. They always right.
And I
Miss
bet he
Candy says,
won't. Didn't he fire his attorney, the woman attorney, and or the girl got no? He didn't fire her. Did she ask herself to be removed because of the way he was yelling at her and talking to her?
Yeah, and he didn't pay that lady too. I think that had something to do with it. Miss Candy says she has money. Lots of lots of men will test her. Child, they can test by themselves. Maria says Portia could easily blend her YouTube channel with Rhoa filming. There, I fixed it. You're welcome. Die, Miss Maria. Miss Cecily Davis says bring up old stuff, but she's telling everybody Portia not a good, not a good, but you on every platform talking about Portia. Child, team Portia? Miss Sexy Diva said team Portia. Y'all, I'm not joking, y'all. This show, it was just boring. I tried to get into it and get my mind off of things and look at it, y'all, but it just wasn't working. I was like, what is this? Ugh. I can't wait to Ashanti and Nelly come on. I choose them over this mess right here. Miss Candy says he don't have that much money. He has almost quit altogether. He stays home to keep the kids. He doesn't want babysitters. Who that? Ralph. Maria says sexy diva. Team never mind. Miss Candy says Shamir is just a mess, child. She like all over the place. I think y'all, it's good that the basketball wives are came back on. I think they getting ready to trump that mess right there. Y'all, it's a hot mess. And then I caught a little glimpse. I told you I think the other day, just a little bit of that Detroit show of Carlos. Y'all, you talking about boring and pathetic. Child, don't y'all waste your time. They should have been took them people off the show, y'all. Child, that show is nothing but trash. I was like, it don't make no sense. And Carlos looks like he's so uncomfortable, y'all, doing this here little reunion skit. That's what I'm gonna call it. I said, he don't even act like he like them people, y'all. Y'all know how he would be into it with love and marriage, and he just get all into it, y'all. He like whatever. He like it's whatever. They're talking about the man talking about he wanted to get a divorce and what did he say? He believed in divorce. The pastor told him to divorce his wife because he could child and the people that there with them talking about y'all just made that up for a storyline. Was y'all really getting a divorce? And I was like, oh my God, I cannot, y'all. I don't want to see that mess. He just rolled across and I was like, okay, let me see. And I looked, I was like, Miss Maria says Ralph don't want sitters. Child. Ralph about to tell on that girl. And there's some of the people are saying that I heard Portia talking about, did you ever kiss a girl? Child, they talking about you too, Portia. Ralph don't want sitters because he trying to clock Drew's schedule, just like Narc. Ooh, child. Maria says CK wanted to be a cast member on LAMH. Miss Maria, I'm telling y'all, I see why he don't really talk about these shows that he got other than that one Love and Marriage, the number one show that was on the OWN network, y'all. Child, these people will never be. I don't know where they came from, where he went and dug these people from, but he should have let them stay, y'all. I mean, just no TV, nothing. Child, it's the boringest thing. But it's so hard to try to find some content and stuff that people can all kind of like meet in the middle and talk about, y'all. So some people just grabbing onto it, and I was like, oh my God. Drew then messed up. Poor Drew done messed up, child. I do want to see it next week to see what she got to say about him talking about cause somebody, I think it was Shamia, asked Ralph, did Drew cheat on him? Why he wanted to get a divorce or something? Did she cheat? And he said, yeah, with Tay, whatever that chick name is. Sexy Diva says Drew then messed up bad. Now basement Ralph about to get her corns. Ooh, child. Hey, Miss Logical One, welcome. How are you? She says, hey, G in chat. I'm liking Rhoa this season. It's better than the last few seasons. Child. Okay, maybe I missed something, Miss Logical One. Cause that mess I saw last night, it was. I think I went to sleep on about 2 times. Miss Donna says Diddy had beat black women when he was at Howard University. That been his last time. That been his last time. I would have fed him some good old grits that he would have never forgot. I would put some butter on it. I asked him, did he like sugar or salt? I'd have hooked them grits up for him, and then I'd have let him have it. I gave it to him. Logical one says, basketball wise seems like it will be good this season as well. Yep, I think that's gonna be a good one. Uh, I think what's her name, Jennifer, gonna be coming for uh uh um Evelyn Lozada's neck, y'all. That's what I think. So I'm waiting for that one tonight. Miss Candace says they need to bring Nene and Kenya back to the school to school the new girls. Absolutely. I mean, they really need they really need Nene. But y'all, Nene looks so pretty nowadays on her show. Y'all think that girl been bleaching? She looking a whole lot lighter than what she usually look, y'all. And that blonde hair just blending so well with her skin. I said, okay, Nene, I see you showing off. Miss Candy says he makes air conditioners. Um, but yeah, Nene, and then they talking about how Andy loves Portia so much, y'all. I was like, for what? For what? Child, you and Andy, you better meet in the middle with Nene and try to get this show back on solid grounds because it's tilting over here. Miss Maria says at Logical One, she says, hey friend. She says, hey, Miss Donna, at Miss Donna, she says, hey girl. Yeah, child. I don't know if they're not sabotaging these shows themselves. They bringing people on that's not relevant and ugh, I cannot, y'all. And don't even start
Yep.
talking about it during Married to Medicine because I hope that show don't even last since
And
Hell is trying to play games. Miss Sexy Diva says Melody gave them ladies the blueprint, but they too stupid to use it. Miss Sexy Diva don't even know what they forgot all about the blueprint. They so angry now, Miss Sexy Diva. They angry. But y'all, they was talking about when D Nasty come out and be trying to tell Maho's business. She can get over there on her YouTube and tell that. I mean, the show ain't coming back on. That's gonna be her last option to get over there on the YouTube, get all the peoples over there and get your subscribers and your views up. And child, you have nice check. I'm just saying, that's what D Nasty better do. Is she trying to tell on Tuna Cat husband? I don't see what Tuna
ain't
Cat
nobody
do
gonna
about
watch no D Nasty. Ain't nobody gonna watch her. Don't nobody want to listen to none of them cast members. They mad. They super mad now. See, they game plan was to do all this stuff to her and make her leave and this and that. And then, and they did. They won. So she gone. Now what? Now you see you needed her. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
needed her because ain't nobody. And then some of the folks that on the YouTuber, some of them know they needed Love and Marriage Huntsville because all the other shows they trying to talk about ain't nothing hitting. So
Ain't
it's
nothing really
dry.
hitting.
It's
It
dry as the
is.
desert.
Yeah, I told y'all the what they call the dark side. It's like you might see one or two players out there over there. Miss Maria says that Sexy Diva, they too jealous to admit she was right and too lazy to put it into practice. Sure is. Miss Logical One says, I would love Nene back. Kenya, not so much. LOL. Yeah, Kenya was up there. Why is he Kenya on today? I think she went on her YouTube or something, letting the people know that her boutique or whatever she called it is open and up and running and all the above. But it's not open on every day, y'all. I think what was it, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, or something like that. But it's like that high end. You have to make an appointment and all of that stuff. But yeah, Nene, Kenya was popping off at the people. She was a little upset because, the people were saying that. And I think the girl from the Breakfast Club had cleared it up and she popped out and said, thanks for clearing that up for. Miss Maria says that, gee, too much work. She lazy and boring. Plus, they lie all the time. Maria says that Logical One. She says, I agree. Miss Donna says, Diddy's pride is the child. Mm. If child, if Diddy walk from this, y'all, he gonna go back to doing being his same old. Act like nothing never happened. She
No,
says Diddy
no,
pride is the cause of his downfall. They handed him his black card back. What? Not the black card, girl. Mm. What you getting ready to say, Miss Hattie? Miss Hattie May. Child, Miss Hattie May done disappeared again. Maria says that Donna, his black card. Oh my goodness. Child, yes. Has been revoked. But Miss Maria, she just said they gave it back to him. Y'all please hit the like button for me. Hit the like button. Become a member. $2.99. Like, share, and subscribe. Greatly appreciate y'all. Child, he just want to get his black, you know what, up out of them bars he in. Mm. He said that's the worst place probably he ever been in. Compared to these mansions that he usually normal walking through day after day. Miss Donna says Maria facts. Maria says not permanently revoked. Miss Maria, where's you getting your news from? You know the people want to know. Where you getting this from, Miss Maria? Child, I cannot. Well, long as his mom and his kids got a black card, he don't care. All he gonna do is move some money, move it over there to where it needs to be. That's it. That's all. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's all. Not the word on the curb, Miss Marie. Child, I cannot. Mm-mm. Mm. Well, y'all, we just got to wait out and see. Child, we got these cases we waiting on, y'all. The one I'm most interested in right now is Diddy and Martell Hope, y'all. Yes, I said Martell Hope. Because,
I say
Martell Hope.
Martell Hope.
Yeah,
I say Martell. I think we gonna get more action watching Martell than we will with this Diddy trial. I'm sorry. Hold on,
you
y'all.
think so?
I'm here, huh? Sis, I'm here, baby. But you know what? Y'all know that, like, y'all know how that old lady, cause Hattie is nosy. Now Hattie don't mind peeking her nose out the door and see what's happening. Cause baby, we got action over here today. Kimmie, them heifers down the stairs is out there boxing. We got action.
What? Not out there fighting and arguing. Lord, child, I
Say,
cannot.
my
Miss Hattie,
neighbor said, my neighbor say, you ain't hear all that bumping and noise last night. I said, nah, I was asleep, baby. Them too tired of our PLs put me out.
Miss Hattie, we don't need you to be putting your nose out the door because we don't know if they armed and dangerous or what. So you peep out the girl, it ain't even safe to peep out the window. Miss Hattie, go sit down somewhere. Cause them that things ain't got nobody name on it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Child, you be
Exactly.
careful out there.
I just peeked my head out the door, but when they got loud, I said, "Oop, that ain't had a cup of tea. Let me get on back in and mind the business that pays me."
Child, they may be just arguing right now, but you don't know what's stuff down in that bosom. And that's what they used to call it back in the day, your bosom. Miss Maria
Bosom
said the
and
cars
britches.
are
We say
attached to his.
bosom and britches.
Yeah, that part right there. The cars are attached to his. They're gonna be using the green dot prepaid. Girl, not the green dot prepaid card, Miss Maria. Mm. Child, I cannot. Mm. Yeah, I Miss Hattie, don't be out there looking at them folks, child. You know how them
I'm
people
standing.
be doing
I'm back in front of the TV now.
yeah, they be doing
I'm
them
back in front of the
drive-bys and
TV.
stuff in the house that they aiming for. Don't be the one that get it. Be the one that they. Child, go sit down somewhere. I
Always
might
the
be in
innocent
the closet.
bystander.
Hey, look, I might will be in the
Mm-hmm.
closet trying to call the popo to get it to calm down, child.
Come on, what did you see? I ain't see nothing. Yeah.
Mm.
See over here, they call me Gigi. They be like, Gigi, you see everything. No, no, I don't. Okay, just because you think I see everything, I see, but I don't see. Okay.
Mm. Child, I ain't trying to be no witness for nobody and no craziness like that. There, Miss Candace says I'm not taking up for Diddy, but when Epstein was accused of similar things, they buried so much evidence and paid off people. The Orange Man has not done one day in jail. Justice is one-sided. Child said again, Miss Candy, because the Orange Man has did child and who Lord have mercy, child. Who do he know? Who he know, y'all? Who he know?
So, do we want Diddy to walk, or we want Diddy to pay for his actions? Because I still say, some in my pinky toe say Diddy for the walk.
I told y'all he gonna get off. He's going to get off. Told y'all that the other day. I mean, they saying that they hoping that Cassie can be the one that knock the knock it out of park or whatever, y'all. But even though she's pregnant and all that, they probably bring up the probably the $100 million he paid her off, and they can use that extortion and all. Child, they about to dig up some of everything. Y'all just watch what happens. Y'all just wait. Cassie probably leave up out of there going in the lab, but she look like she about 9 months and about ready to drop. Child, girl, you should have went on, wrote a book, girl. You made it through. Thank God. Write your book, sell your book, take go on and live your life, girl. I wouldn't be wanting to sit in no courtroom, no food like that. Put your foot on me too. Dude, I might blank out and put my foot on you. That ain't gonna turn out too good. Nah, I have flashback, y'all. And the judge be saying, bailiff, take her away. Go ahead and take her away now. Mm-mm. Nah. I don't think Cassie had no business. I really don't think she should have been, she should have passed this by. Nah, let somebody else do it. There's a whole lot of other people other than me. Maybe I did catch the most of the blows or whatever, but it's okay. I'm healing. I just don't want to be a part of that. Maria says that Candy, but look what happened to Epstein or
Mm-hmm.
Weinstein, Phil Spector. Yeah. And
All of them, but they didn't walk either though.
yeah, Epstein, the people were saying, did he off himself or did somebody else do it? That's a good question. He knew he won't getting out. Shoot. Child, I cannot with these people today. Mm-mm. They do too much for me. Just way too much. Miss Hattie May, you still out that door?
Girl, I'm sitting up here eating on
Mm.
this ice cream snickle. Now that I'm
They
going to get
gone?
my diet because at 6 o'clock I'm supposed to be doing my fast from 6 in the morning. I mean 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. Now I'm trying to eat all I can eat before 6 o'clock. Hold on, hold on.
Child.
Now I'm trying
And
to eat
look,
all I can eat before it's over with, because I'm gonna try this 12-hour fasting and see how this gonna work. But I had to get
what?
that last bit of Snickers because they say the commercials say Snickers satisfy you. Well, I went and got ice cream Snicker. I want to see how satisfied I can get. Okay, I just
What?
want to know if it's gonna
Child,
satisfy my hunger.
I hope you make it through it, shit. I know you got this. You can do it. Hey, Miss Carla, how are you? Welcome. Miss Maria Candy says that Maria Epstein completed himself. Weinstein is in the house. Has Phil left as well? Die. Child, who knows? Who knows? Woo, child. Mm. Miss Carla says, "Hey, G Squad and chat and Maria and the lady on the panel." Miss Carla, I got Miss Hattie May up here with me this afternoon. Miss
Hey,
Hattie
Miss
May, can you
Carla.
let Miss Carla see you? You got a new wig and everything on.
Yes, this is Hattie May seeing Miss baby. Hattie May is in the building.
Child, I cannot. Miss Sassy Diva says, thanks for getting the likes up, chat. Yeah, thank y'all so much. Greatly appreciate y'all. Miss Logical One says, I hope Diddy pays for his crime. I hate must tweet it. So Rump skated by. Child, he didn't skate by, he slid, child. They had some Crisco oil down there for him. Miss Logical One says Rump won't pay for his crimes until he's gone to hell. Child, not all the way down there to the hell. Oh, Lord Jesus. Child. I got a question, y'all. And when I took cosmetology, they say don't miss business, religion, and all that stuff. But yeah, I really got a question. What y'all think about, let's say somebody like Epstein and all these people that did some of the most heinous crimes ever, y'all. And I know that God is a forgiving God, y'all. And they say just repent, ask God to forgive you. But y'all, I ain't judging nobody. I'm just asking a question. Don't nobody get it twisted. So do those people still go to heaven, y'all? I'm just asking. That did some of the just taking people lives and stuff like that. And they say all you gotta do is ask God to forgive you. But you ask God to forgive you, but you leave the world, you die. you no longer on earth. I mean, I'm just asking y'all. That's not a crazy question either. Miss Hattie May, what you think?
No, I don't think that's a crazy question. I don't. I say the same thing. I'm asking the same questions and trying to get an answer for that.
Do y'all ever wonder that though? I'm really serious. You know, a person that do so bad and yeah, God gonna forgive you. That's what they say. So but you know, they say, you know, God will forgive you, but karma, you gotta pay that karma. But what if the person is no longer on earth, but they did ask God to forgive them?
Leaving here might be they karma where they were supposed to been live to be up to 75 years old or maybe 95 or 99 years old. They didn't make it there. They karma might been, hey, you got, where you were supposed to live longevity, you got your days cut down. Who knows? Only God knows.
I dropped a link for you, Miss Salt and Light. Miss Maria says forgiveness keeps you
Come on, sound like clear this up for us.
from eternal damnation. However, there is a price to pay on earth. Um, I got that, but I've always be, you know, I miss something like I always wondered about that. How you doing today?
All right, I wanted to add to answer your question, if it's okay.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely, because I really want to know.
Well, from what I understand, I am in the ministry, but I don't know everything.
Hmm.
But for what I understand is that if they have to not only confess their sins and ask of forgiveness, they have to make Jesus the head of their life.
Hmm.
And when you do that, you are forgiven of your sins. But you can't just say, I'm sorry or I apologize, but you don't make him as Lord over your life, that you believe that he died on the cross and lived that life. Because you can say it and not mean it and not make him Lord. And so,
Yeah,
they would have to repent and also turn from their wicked ways and
yeah.
acknowledge him as head of their life.
I've always wondered about that because I was like, you mean to tell me some of the evilest people, you know, all they on their deathbed and all they gotta say is, you know, God forgive me of my
Well,
sin.
look at the two thieves on the cross. They were just stealing. But I'm just saying but they honestly believed that they wanted to go into his kingdom, but they acknowledged him. It is, and that Jesus went to the cross. His suffering took on the ugliest sin, the ugliest everything that could have been done by man. It was taken on with the stripes that he suffered. So if if they
It's a lot
accepted
to
him as
think
Lord
about,
and
ain't
Prince,
it?
it's a lot, but God's ways are not our ways.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I
It,
mean,
it is a lot. But you
I
have to
got all of
repent,
that,
and
but I
repent is to
always
turn
wonder.
away. You got to turn away. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and the Lord will know if you mean that in your heart or not, or if you just saying it just to be saying it.
Mm. I've always wondered about that, and I was like, well, you know, that don't seem right. You know, they did this and they did that, and all they gotta
Yeah.
say is God forgive me. You know, Miss Carla says the Bible says God will correct you on justice, but
Yeah.
you will not be unpunished.
Right,
Mm.
because you're gonna reap what you sow. Now, all the intricate details of that, I'm not sure, but it does say, "Whatever a man sow, he shall reap." That's why you see a
Right.
lot of people, though, they get it on this side, and that's God also being merciful. Even this stuff with Diddy, this coming out. I don't know if he did it or didn't, but
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer to suffer my consequences on this side than to be totally separated from God. So God is
Right.
still yet being merciful to him, even though he may not think that, because he has a chance, if he did do all this stuff, to repent and turn it around.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot to think about, you know, when you be reading the Bible and getting into it and stuff. You know, I was like, I've always when I was like, that just don't, you know, but I appreciate you clearing that up for Mr. Logical One says, I'd agree. Child, I hope Diddy, you know, whichever way it goes, I just hope he get himself together. You know, life is so short, y'all.
Even our president has an opportunity to change it around. I had a dream. I was praying for him, and he was like, "Why don't people like me?" So where that dream came from? But Lord Jesus.
Child, you might not understand it today, but child, as time go by, you be like putting the pieces to the puzzle. You be like, wait, what?
Mm.
I've experienced that too. These crazy dreams. Sometimes I don't dream all the time, but sometimes, when I do, child, I'll be like, Lord have mercy, Jesus. But yeah, that was something I've always wondered. And, I appreciate the people's comments and stuff. Miss Candy says it's just an observation. If you are guilty, you need to be punished.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that too. And then I thought about Martell, how evil he is. I was like, daggone dude, get yourself together. You wanna die and go to hell? Child, I'm scared, y'all. I ain't trying to go to hell.
Mm. And a lot of times though, people just think everybody going to heaven. You can live like the devil, and they think that you're going to heaven. And I'm not. I ain't nobody's judge or jury. The word would do that. I ain't judging nobody. I'm just trying to make sure I get straight and encourage somebody else to do the same. But have you ever noticed that? Like,
Yes, we're not judging nobody. We're just having a
right,
conversation. That
a
was a question that
conversation, right?
I've always wondered about, and there's nothing wrong with nobody voicing their opinion. We agree to disagree, but I
Right.
just want to know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, people can die. They done killed up people, and then they die in the act of doing something else, and but they'll put angel wings on them. It's
Mm.
not, like it's not automatic. It's not. It's a choice. It's a free choice, but it's a choice.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm. Child, I tell you, the Bible, y'all. A lot of people scared to read Revelation, Miss Salton Light.
I know. I know.
People,
Mhm.
they are really afraid. They be like, I ain't going in. I ain't reading nothing about no Revelation. I said, die.
Yeah.
They don't want to read it, and sometimes the ministers, like down here, some ministers tell you to stay out of it. But if we
Mm.
living in Revelations now, why we got to stay
Mhm.
out of it if we in it?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh Lord. Mm.
But I think if you go in and you just read into Revelation, you can probably get a better understanding on, some things. Sometimes I read over there.
There's a lot going on that's in that Bible going on now.
Ain't
These
it?
last days. Mm-hmm. I bet.
Wow. I was telling the people, Miss Salt I don't think you had came in yet, but this guy that used to work with my husband some time ago, Saturday, his house caught on fire, and his wife was trying to call him and tell him that the house was on fire or something. I guess she was in the kitchen or something. I don't even know how it caught on fire, but he was trying to get down the steps, but the flames were so heavy. He
Oh
was in the
no.
shower, so he had to go back up the steps, and I don't know why she didn't just go outside or whatever. But anyway, he had to kick the window open and he ended up on like the roof of the house, but the house is still burning, y'all. So
Oh
he
geez.
sees a truck going by and he's yelling and screaming, and the truck, backed up, and he had to jump down in the bed of the truck. I guess at this point they had called the fire trucks and everything over there. But whenever whenever he went in and found his wife, it was like she was on her knees praying. It
Oh
wasn't that she got burned up, it was the smoke that got her.
Jesus. Mm.
I said, Lord, I tell y'all, as a child, I be like, Lord, time is winding down. Y'all, people better pay attention. Get
Mhm.
yourself together. Miss Candy says her husband has to be strong to have to listen to all the ways his wife was violated. It bothers me as a woman. I can only imagine how he feels as Cassie's husband. Miss Sexy Diva says, living in our last days, child. Y'all better if they think not. Yeah, that's something to think about. Cassie's husband being in there listening to all of this stuff, child. It must right make him snap. I think. Do y'all think that she maybe should have just stayed out of this and just go on with your family, or what y'all think she's hoping to accomplish from this?
Mm. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh,
Maybe
I know I used
she
to
won't.
sing in
I just think maybe she should be. She's telling her story, just in case, so it'll help someone else or another victim that he has victimized may come out. I'm just
I
speculating.
know that I used to sing in a gospel group years ago, and there was a girl in the group with me that was signed to Bad Boy, and she abruptly left, and I don't know what happened to her, but she
Mm-hmm.
would not talk about it.
Mm.
God, I just want to forget all about it. And she was signed, but he let her go, but she could not write for anyone else. She was an excellent singer and writer, but it's like she had to kind of put all that away, put it down. And I don't know what in the world went on, but I just, from what the way she talked, it wasn't good.
Wow.
And that was probably about 2000.
Hmm. But y'all know when these people probably got introduced to P Diddy, Sean Puffy, whatever his name's supposed to be. They probably didn't think he was this type of a person. I don't know
Mhm.
what happened in his life that caused him to be like he is or whatever. But the people were just seeing fame. And when I think of P. Diddy, y'all, I just feel my heart hurts for Justin. My heart don't even really hurt for Cassie that bad, even though she went through something. But I don't know if y'all ever have seen Justin Bieber lately. Child, that's really nothing you want to look at. It's like he's trying to suppress all this pain that he has endured, and he's trying to be a man, but it's just like nothing is. He's like in a shell to me. It's sad to look at.
Well,
I know,
I
I
don't know
know,
if y'all
I
heard
know
it.
one. I know one person that out of an R&B group, three ladies that he Puffy didn't mess with because they showed him right off the muscle how ignorant and crazy they was when they went up there
Who is
to go
that?
get their money.
Who is
TLC,
that?
baby. TLC. He did not mess with T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili, especially Left Eye, because she was the one toting the back.
Girl, left I want nothing to play with if you
She
didn't
was
know.
not. She was a business, but when she went up there and Andre Harrell and all of them was up there and she said she wanted her money and they told her they business hours was something and she told them what was her business hours because she went there and got paid me now. That's what you had. Puffy was like,
Yeah.
they say Puffy came in there and say, y'all live behind up here with this and she told him, stay up out of this Puff. And he went right back out that door. They didn't mess with Left Eye. Left Eye was crazy.
Did y'all hear the story about Terrence Howard that he came out
Yes,
with?
with P. Diddy.
Yeah, that was, and he was like,
Yeah,
a lot of people bow down to that and lose their manhood, you could say, just to gain wealth and
yes.
fame.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yeah, he said, when that's gone, that you can't get that back. Child, I was glad he was able to recognize that and stood 10 toes down in what he believed. Nah, he was like, buddy, nah. Is that what he looking for? He ain't about to go down up over here.
Mm.
Child, I tell you, Miss Carla says, Cassie wants justice for her and all the others who has suffered from the hands of this man. But Miss Carla, question is, will it really be justice? It's a healing process. It's gonna take a long, long, long time. I say what I say because I'm afraid maybe he might send somebody after her and her husband. I mean, we never know. With this type of person like this, we just really never know what he's thinking right now. And that's bad to have to live and look over your shoulder all the time. Maria says, how can he stay out? She survived this. Her staying quiet could allow him to continue to victimize others. Plus, it's not just about Cassie. Her experiences opened the doors and brought attention. Yeah. Miss Candy says, though, if those people repent and ask for forgiveness, they can make it into heaven, especially if Jesus is their Lord and personal Savior.
That part
She
right there. They have to mean it. That's right. And repent and acknowledge him as Lord. That's right.
Mhm. She says, repenting does not mean God won't spin the block. There is consequences for all actions. Yes.
That's right.
Child, I just, that was just something that I have always thought about. Miss Kenny also says that Maria, and not saying she should stay out. I'm pretty sure she had to know if she opened that door, she will be expected to walk through it. As a human, it's hard to hear the awful things she went through. Yeah, see, that's the part I don't want to hear. And then y'all think about all these people that was at that party. These people don't know what tape they're gonna play. Can y'all imagine?
They were saying that he, like with those federal cases, before they even step in the courtroom, everything that they need for that conviction, they already have it before they even arrest you. I don't know how, because they have, what is it, like a 97% conviction rate or something like that?
And I
Yeah,
don't,
but
and I,
I'm just talking about the people that actually attended the parties. How they know they're not gonna pop up on that screen? You know what I'm saying?
they they
Yeah.
they really don't know because again, he got even the higher ups on them. That's why the higher ups. That's he ain't got to worry about the ones that's in that courtroom. What they about to say, he need to be worried about the higher ups because whatever he got on them tapes, the FBI that got a hold to, and they
Mm,
don't want to come out. They gonna silence him themselves.
mm,
Like
mm,
Epstein situation, allegedly.
mm. Child, Epstein was a whole hot mess. Mr. Logical One says Puff victimized a lot of people. It was sad seeing him drag Cassie in that hallway when she was trying to get away in that elevator. Yeah, and I didn't. That was nothing nice to look at. And as of Cassie sitting in there to relive that, y'all, that's traumatizing all over again. My thoughts, my opinion. I don't know what y'all think, how y'all feel about it, but that's what I think. Mm. I would have been like, I'm healing. I just don't want to, seeing it on tape. She's got to sit there and watch what he did to her. It's already in her mental. Child, I could not. Mm-mm. Miss Logical One says, didn't Usher's mom also, what she say? Didn't Usher's mom also say she regret leaving him alone with Puff when he was young? Well, she should have known better.
Yep, she did say that. She did say that. She did make that statement.
Mm.
But it's too late for the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Child. Mm-mm. What Mel say y'all love over money? She couldn't see that.
God over money.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, God over money. I mean, she couldn't see that. She
Mm.
just gonna give her child to Puffy, a grown man. Child, she was asking for trouble. Miss
They
Maria says,
all they saw was wherever they was at, whatever they was living, whatever lifestyle she was on right then at that time. A lot of women were so I'm not gonna say everybody, because some people like myself, I don't take your money. I literally walked away from the industry when I was a part of it, about to be a part of it. I walked away from it because when they put me in that room, and this
Mm.
was Adress Records that came down from Cloud Davis and them had a had they A&R down here, and I remember. And I'll never forget it. I was 16. They put me in a room because they had me and my sister to sing, and they separated me and my sister. They put me in a room, and they were saying that there are gonna be some things that people are gonna ask me to do. And the main question they asked me was how bad I wanted to be
Mm.
famous and how hungry was I. I told him not hungry enough to be putting up with that foolishness. I said if I'm hungry, I could go to Jack and Box, get me a sandwich. I don't know what the hell y'all got going on up in here. And I walked out. Because I was they found out right then because my mouth was too flipped. So they found out right then you can't corner me. You can't put me in there because I wasn't there. I was modeling, I was doing all of that, I was writing music. Some of my music ended up being on other rapper stuff and all of this. I was doing a whole lot. That's how I know how to produce. I know how to engineer and produce my own music if I want to. I just don't want to be a part of that world. I'd rather do something else.
I have a
So
cousin like that. He's produced. I'm not gonna say the songs because y'all might know who he is. But we were like, you could have gone so much further. And he said, I refuse to get on my knees. That's what he said. I'm not
and
gonna
that
do
part
that.
right there, and I would have
mm.
refused to open up mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who said that, Miss Saltmark?
One of my cousins. And he's produced
Can y'all hear
some
me?
music.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, he's produced music that you would know if I called it out. He's actually won a Grammy through
Mm.
producing some music for Kanye, but I'm not gonna say his
Oh,
name. But that's what he said.
oh no,
He's
no, no.
yeah.
Wow, that is crazy. Maria says everyone that attended the parties didn't participate in the FOs. I think the ones who participated are shaking in their boots. Miss Sexy Diva says, tap the screen. It don't cost a thing. Thank you. Can y'all please hit that like button for me? Child, they were saying it was a high price that a lot of those people paid just to be famous, y'all. We don't know what these people have been through. Mm,
They had a videotape out there. I don't know if it's real or not, but because there's no, you don't see people, but you hear his voice and you hear the things that happen. It was very traumatic. And somebody
mm,
sent it to me. I would have never clicked on it. I didn't know what it was, but after I heard it, I couldn't unhear it. It was a male being
mm.
assaulted. Hmm.
Wow. Can you, child? That's something I don't even want to
Oh, I
imagine.
know what sound like. I know what video you talking about because I heard
Uh
it too.
huh.
But yeah, I know it was video and who it was. But again, it's still sad and pathetic.
Yeah.
That's why I say I don't say who I'm related to, who I'm linked to that's in the game.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he's a big time rapper right to this day. So
Hmm.
still, that was the one. Like I said, I've been around a whole lot of guys in the industry that taught me. That's why I'm able to know what to do and what not to do. That's why I walked away.
Right. Mm.
Mm.
You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
You know, I've always used to wonder about the sadness that Mary J had, but I don't think she. Do y'all think she was in this stuff that deep with P Diddy, or do you think it came from the other guy that she was dating?
No, I
Mm.
think it was a combination because again, Mary was already dealing with her demons. Mary was dealing just like Left Eye. Mary had a dad that was an alcoholic, and she turned around and been one herself. So again, when
Mm,
you're trying to chase and deal with stuff that was behind the scenes before you got in there, all fame do is bring on more to what you was dealing with.
Right.
All
Oh,
fame did, like if you already dealing with issues and stuff like that, and you get into that world and you get that money, it gives you more access to get a hold to whatever you trying to do, whatever you chasing to supplement the pain because you don't know how to deal with the pain. All you doing is supplementing it with something.
yeah, they
mm,
say
And
the
that's what
more
she
money
did.
you are,
That was what she
if you're
did.
a jerk, you're more of a jerk. If you're a nice person, you're more of a nice person. You'll be.
mm. Yeah, child, I tell you. Miss Maria says, remember Stacy Lattisaw? She walked away because folk expected favors that
Right.
she wasn't willing to give. Mm,
I heard
child,
about that. Yep. She's in the ministry with her husband. Uh-huh.
mm, child, thank God for the ones that were able to get away, child. Mm. But you know, as they look over their life now, they're probably saying, it wasn't even worth it. They thought it was. They didn't want to live and have to scrape and scramble, live from paycheck to paycheck and all that stuff. So, whoo, yeah. Miss Maria says Mary says she was on rugs for a long time, and some folk took advantage. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure they did. I'm sure they
Yeah,
did.
she was on it way before she became famous. Let me show you the little history of Mary J. Blige, Puffy, and Jodeci. Jodeci and Mary J. Blige, if you ever heard of this guy called Father MC who became a one-hit wonder, and he thought he was the bomb, but he didn't blow up like his background singers. Mary J. Blige was background singing, and Jodeci then was dancing and background singing for them. Andre Harrell was the producer over them, and Puffy was the background dancer. I'm telling you. So when Puffy sat back and watched how it was, how they was able to manipulate people and do what he did, they gave him the power. That's why they always say the key to life, money, power, respect. Once Puffy got that power, which was the money, it was
Mm-hmm.
nothing they could do to stop him.
Mm, child. Mm. I cannot.
Money is the
Miss
root of
Sexy,
all evil.
that's what
Yep.
they say.
The love of
Miss
money.
Sexy D
Mm-hmm.
says KC had Mary out there bad. Yeah, at one time she was out there. Now too, y'all, they talking about some mess that B and Jay-Z supposed to be tied into. Child, I tell you, it's gonna be a mess with these here tapes and all that kind of stuff. People said I ain't had nothing to do with it. I won't die, I didn't do that. Child, don't be surprised if you see them pop up on the screen.
Well, they say Cat Williams said this is the year of revelation that, or last year's, what was it, last year? He said the
Mel,
revelation is coming.
yeah, Mel said that too. Remember on that
Mhm.
show?
Yep,
She
he
said this
sure
is a
did.
year of revelation.
Mm.
And child, things have been popping up, out, and off. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Woo, child. I'm so glad she got away from that show right there, too. Mm. When she realized all them folk were doing were going to jail, is there anybody that was up there that was not going to jail? Nah, she said, nah, I don't want to be associated with this stuff like right here. Because y'all know what the people say, birds of a feather flock together. And I ain't trying to get tied up in something that I'm not doing. Mm-mm. Child, it's just,
they also say you are the company you keep. So
yeah.
again, if she would have stayed around them, people was gonna and they knew that too. If they could get Mel to stay around them while they doing all their criminal mess, they knew that she was gonna lose sponsors, producers, and all of that. And when nobody
Mm-hmm.
gonna want to mess with her, and they wanted that because they don't nobody in Huntsville want to work with those people.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. They would
Mm-hmm.
always say we'll get in on it if Mel was a part of it. If Mel don't come a part of it, and they know that. So when you have people telling you that, yeah, you hiding in fish grease right now because you know doggone well that woman ain't messing with y'all. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
blocked. She won't unblock her number. She done changed the number on their bus. They can't reach her.
Mm.
Hey,
Child.
side note, y'all. I ordered something off the TikTok sale Saturday. Why is it being shipped already?
See there?
Huh. She don't play. She don't
No,
play, baby. She don't play.
Miss
Mel don't play
something
about her
like
business.
yeah, while we was looking, the people that was able to look, I caught a little bit of it, of the TikTok. Y'all, Mel had the people back home, processing the orders as they was coming in. Y'all know that she don't
I
be
told
playing
you.
with her business.
She don't be playing. And speaking of somebody who ain't playing, let me turn this camera on so she can see me. Let's see Hattie. Sexy Diva, Miss Denise want me to ask you, was you the one up there buying up all the biking shorts and stuff like that? Cause she couldn't get her a pair. She was trying to get her stuff from behind Hattie over here. Cause see, Hattie may need something to go to the side curb to take the trash out. Now I ain't gonna be able to get it there. I'm supposed to go see the old people at the retirement home on the weekend, and I ain't got me no shorts and tights. That's all I'm saying.
Miss Sexy Diva, if you did buy all the tights, thank God for it, because Miss Hattie don't need to be out there on the corner going to the elderly home and all of that with these here biking shorts on. Now she gonna make the men come up again. So I'm glad she did get them all. Miss Hattie, you ought to be shaming yourself.
Then on
We
top of that,
can
I got to go this weekend to clean out the church and stuff for the church anniversary, but I ain't trying to tempt the pastor. So you must have took up all of the shorts and biking shorts and stuff in the pants. Blessed be the name.
yeah, girl, I can Miss Salt and Light. Did you get you some biking shorts as well?
No, but I have a pair of the tights for exercise. I have the tights.
Oh,
I use her skincare. I use her hair care and her body care. Yeah,
oh,
all of it is good. I had my brother over for the weekend. I pampered him with the well,
mm.
he did it himself, but I gave him some of the products to put on.
Aw.
It's
Is
nice.
your brother sick, Miss Salt and Light? Is he sick?
Yeah, he is. Well, he
Oh,
deals
okay.
with mental illness,
Mm-hmm.
and God has blessed him to because he tried to take his life not too long ago.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
a blessing that he have you in his life, helping
yeah,
him.
he's a
That's a
blessing to me
blessing.
too. He's a mighty man of God. He's a warrior, but
Mm.
he he's doing a lot better. Thank the Lord, and he came to go to church with us the last couple of weeks and everything. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
really
So do he stay by himself?
he stays in like a program to
Oh,
help him
okay.
get himself back together. Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
on the weekends because he loved to go to church and praise the Lord.
Oh God, that's amazing. Miss Maria says, fortunately, Mel, she got a praying mama and a discernment from God. Mel has been able to see what they were about. God
Yeah.
has enlarged her territory way outside of Huntsville. And Miss Hattie May, Miss Sexy Diva said no, she didn't. She didn't get them all. Miss Maria says that, gee, I wanted some. What you were trying to get, Miss Maria? Lord, I tell y'all son, but old greedy sexy diva got them all. Thank you, Miss Salt and Light, for coming up here and joining me us this evening. Hey, Miss Sexy Diva, Lord, they own you about these here shorts, Miss Sexy Diva. I know one thing, she better not be trying to wear them back to the workplace. Now that's all we need to know right there. Miss Hattie is upset she didn't get none. Miss Hattie, you might need to send our mail an email and ask her, when she gonna get some more in. Miss
I
Hattie.
may have to, because I know Sexy Diva got her whole section of her order to herself in the corner. That's what I know. Everything in the corner say Sexy Diva. All right there in the side.
Hey, look, she probably had them in the basket already waiting for the flash to come on. She said, "Oh yeah, I got them now."
For real.
Those
Child,
those tights are good. I don't have no big bum, but it make it look like I got a little something.
that's what everybody say. Miss Salt Light, Miss Sexy Diva said that too. With hers, with the one she got. Yes, Miss Candy says, "I hope young women realize that sharing their bodies is a no, and that you can get another deal with someone else." Ain't that the truth? But it's child.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all know what?
Women
When it
and
look like they are
men.
desperate,
Women and men, actually.
Miss Salt Light, ain't it something you remember way back when a lot of people used to didn't have to worry about little boys? They always were like protect the little girl. Child, not today. Mm-mm.
You got Sodom and Gomorrah almost.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'll be saying, child, you better protect that little boy too. What else you get, Miss Salt Light from mail? That's it.
I got some Goldie vitamins. I got the oil combo. It's like 6 different oils, and I got me some more cleanser because I was out. That's all. And she got me the last one. Then I accidentally clicked something 3 times. So
What?
yeah,
Child. Well, you gonna be stocked up though.
yeah. And her products are really, really good. I mean, I think you said you and I maybe I'll be 57, and a lot of people be like, your skin looks so good. I'm like, that's Seventh Avenue. Really does.
Miss Salt Light, we're the same age. I'll be 57 on August the 8th.
I'm June 8th.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Miss Sexy Diva
I'm
says,
trying to
I
be
got
like
some.
y'all. I'm
What you say?
51. I'm 51. I'm still in the 50 club. I look good.
I know that. You do look good.
Look at that.
Miss
Look at that. All this Manila. All this right here. That's why I got to keep it bottled up. You don't just let this genie get out, okay?
I
that
think
thing right
somebody
there
goes,
is
I said,
wide open. What you say,
yeah,
Miss
she
Salt
is
Light?
the beautiful lady, spirit wise and outward.
Yeah, Miss
Hmm.
Hattie May is just as sweet as she can be. Miss Sexy Diva says, I got some them new workout shorts. I going to the gym to work out this summer. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Let us pray. Miss Maria says, I put on a pair and it looked like I got a BBL. Child, I was
It does that.
prancing around like nobody business. Girl, not Miss Saxy Davis says, Hey Maria, you get some of them new shorts. Miss Saxy Davis, they say you got them all. Miss Maria says, this is the first time Mel didn't get me. I know she'll get me the next time. Child, you know she is. But she got such a sweet spirit. I'm so glad things are working out and have worked out for her and her babies. Miss Maria says at Sexy Diva, I thought the greedy folk got them. Child, it's been a storm, that these people had to go through, y'all. I'm glad that she shared her story and her life with us. It has helped out a whole lot of people. A lot of women, not only women though, but men too. That you can rise up above, whatever you may be going through. So that was a blessing. So glad she was able to make it through this storm, y'all. She's still going, but she ain't nowhere like she was. Miss Candace says marriage just depressed. Child, mm, child, I don't know. It's just a lot. Miss Stacey Davis says, yes, my sister said. What your sister say? Child, she probably said you got one. Y'all gonna have the people in the gym asking y'all where y'all get them things from, and it won't Walmart, Targets, or none of them places. My sister says I got a big ass in them tights, girl. I cannot. Miss Maria says I'm wearing my God over money shirt. Make sure you put that shirt on when you put on them their shorts, Miss Maria. And Miss Hattie May up here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Did
Miss
I hear
Hattie
any
May.
name?
Miss Hattie, I just don't really think it's gonna be a good idea for you to purchase these here said shorts.
I think it's
That's
gonna be a good idea for me to purchase them shorts right there. Yeah, I'm gonna need them. I'm gonna have to go
Mm,
out there and plant my greens in the yard.
mm, 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 mm.
As long as Mr. Wilson stay himself on the inside, we all right.
Child, Miss Carla already told you that man want his payment for them nails and them toes, girl. You knew that was coming around.
First of all, Jesus paid it all. So I told him go and talk to Jesus because he said he paid it all. Okay.
Child, I cannot. Miss Salt Night, did you cook a big Mother's Day dinner?
Did I do what now?
Did you cook a big Mother's Day dinner?
No.
Well, somebody cook you a big Mother's Day dinner.
Well, after we went to the Boyle Bay, and I got my mom. You know, I had my mother and my stepmother with me. My whole family, we went there. Do y'all
Mm.
know Boyle Bay in Hampton?
No, we don't have an Old Bay.
That Boyle Bay is like kind of like shaking crab, where you can
No,
get
we
the
got a twisted crab.
yeah twist. It's like twisted crab, where you can get the with the I got the pound of crab legs and the pound of shrimp with the sausage and all that. And
Mm.
mom, she got the shrimp basket. And my stepmom got she got a bag too. But
Mm.
I didn't cook.
Child, I was where I could get me some real good food, y'all, and I promise you, it's always good. It's called Smithfield Chicken and Barbecue. They have one in North Carolina. Child, I tell you, when I tell you everything just good, child, I be wanting like two plates. Give me some of this over there on that plate, and I'm gonna take this home and put that. Child, oh Lord, that stuff is so good. I have not found one yet around here. Miss Maria said the new ones shorts don't have the lifting function. Not the lifting function,
They have
Lord.
a couple of short, and they're kind of baggy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like biker pants.
Oh, okay. Miss Carla says, lady on the panel, don't put Jesus in that conversation. Miss Hattie May, you been called out.
I hear and Jesus gonna be in that conversation because he got to be in the midst. Okay.
But see, I said the Lord knew not to give me no big old behind, because I probably would have been a mess. Yeah,
Oh Lord.
I've been married for 34 years, so I've been off the market for a long time. But before then, I probably would have been a hot mess if I had a big old behind. So I
Child.
was so
Miss
be.
Miss Salt like.
'Cause I would have probably been a mess. My cousins, they had me. That's all they do. We twist around and show it
No, they
and
don't.
pay attention. Yeah.
Child, I cannot. Miss Candy says Jay-Z successfully got the charges dismissed and now he is countersuing the attorney. Child, y'all see all that money that T.I. and T.I. and Tiny getting? Miss Hattie, Miss Salt Light done fell down again. Miss Hattie, man, did you see that money?
No,
That them
I
little
didn't. I
folks
didn't
think.
see it. I didn't see it. They tell me out here in out here at the seniors home that you is one of the TI's boo. Is what they
Well,
told
see,
me.
well, don't be putting that out there like that, cause I don't want no trouble now. Don't be putting that out there like that now. All right, you have to keep some things just got to be kept on the low. You know what I'm talking about?
I sure got you. I sure got you.
Nah, nah,
No, but you know what?
he do
You know
love
what?
his wife.
With the Jay-Z situation. Now you know one thing everybody tend to forget and that nobody want to talk about is how he shut down, how him and Beyonce shut down 106 in part after they had Carucci and that other guy who was hosting after they wrote a little joke and stuff about Blue Ivy. And the moment they got up there and started talking about Blue Ivy and her hair, it wasn't like they were lying. But even though they got on there and started talking about their little baby, right then and there, 106 in Park was canceled. See, they don't want to talk about that.
What? Why they talking about that baby hair though? What's wrong with it? I
Because
mean, she
see,
should have
no,
good hair.
back in the day, when if you go back and look at all of Blue Ivy's videos, Blue Ivy's video hair was always all over her head. And everybody was saying that with the fact that Tina Knowles owned her own beauty shop down here in H Town, and everything, got on beauty school and all of that, and all the and they was looking at all of the hairdressers that was surrounding them. Why wasn't Blue Ivy hair ever combed? But see, people didn't understand it was she was trying to let her have her natural look or however, but a lot of people didn't, went with that. So in 106 in Park, I guess the people was trying to make fun of Blue Ivy, so they said something about it was something dealing with I would have won something, but I couldn't because Blue Ivy needed to have her hair, or if they did Blue Ivy's hair, something to that factor. And everybody was like, "Oh, like that." So then nobody really think that was funny. So right after that, it didn't take them long from Jay-Z and Beyonce to call 106 Park producers, and they shut that show down. That's why
Wow.
106 Park ain't even around no more. They're not
But you
playing.
know,
Mess with Blue Ivy if they want to, and watch how quick you get shut down.
but you know what? Sometimes people just wear their hair naturally like that. I mean, why is it okay for the clear people to do that, but when a black person do it, it's a big issue. People
I
make some
didn't
sense
like
of
it
that.
either. I didn't like it either because I remember sometimes when I was on Twitter, I was going to bat for Blue Ivy. I'm like, y'all ain't got nothing better to do but to pick on an innocent baby. And at the time,
Mm-hmm.
she was like 1 or 2 years old, and y'all was messing with her about her hair. Like, man, leave her alone.
Child. Mm. I
Then they
didn't know
messing
she
with
had.
her. They messing with her right now. Yeah, I understand she's 12 years old, or well, she might be a little bit older than that now, but they got her looking like she about 18 and 19, but she really still between the ages of 12 and 13. That's how old Blue Ivy really is.
Wow.
She's
Um,
not as old as she's looking.
that just takes you back to trying to please people because they was talking about the girl couldn't dance, she couldn't this, she her hair this, and then when they them people ain't even worried about that. The same way them people over there trying to say something about male babies. She's supposed to be a millionaire and her kids coming out like that. Can the kids just be a kid? Can the kids? Come on, y'all, stop that mess. That is ridiculous. Child. The
I'm gonna
price
say,
to
I'm
be
gonna say this.
famous.
I'm gonna say this, sis. I'm gonna say this. Some of these people, I'm gonna say this, and they ain't gonna like what I said. If you don't want nobody to tell you how to raise your children and how to dress your kids and what your kids should look like, don't tell somebody else how to do theirs. That's they
Mm-hmm.
mama. That's Beyonce in Blue. That's Blue is her child. Let her raise her child the way she want her. Mel got her kids. Let her dress and raise her kids the way she want it. Because I can remember
Mm-hmm.
an incident when she was on live, and she was on live doing a live on one of her videos. Somebody came in and told me, let her know, hey, Tank is on live. Tank is on live on a Tank was on the internet and he was on live or something. And she like, who? And then she read it again. She's like, hold on, wait 1 second. Went in the boardroom. Yes, he was. She went there and shut that down. So
Mm,
again, and some people had something to say about that. No, don't tell her how to raise her children because at the
mm-hmm.
end of the day, she did not want her son to be on live and exposed to what was about to be said and all that. They're not ready for that. So
Mm-hmm.
let her tell them at the time she want to tell them.
But you know that I don't know if you heard it, but they were saying that the people was over there in the live on the TikTok trying to get some stuff started Saturday. Did you see?
No, because I didn't go over. I went on her TikTok for a little bit, but I didn't stay
Mm-hmm.
long.
Mm.
It
Yeah,
was
they
more like
said
a
that.
flash sale. I flashed in and flashed out.
Yeah, they were saying that people were messy over there. I said, Lord, they just hate to see that lady winning. And she's still
You
going.
already
I,
know who that was. You already know
yeah,
that was Martell and his crew.
yeah,
That
and
was
I tell you,
Martell and
that's
his
why I
crew and
say.
Carlos King now.
Yeah, that's why you can't pay what these people say no mind. You just got to keep on going. Look, she don't bother the people, and they still trying to talk about it. Still want something to say. Child, please.
And that's okay. I'ma say it thorough because see, Mel, let Aunt Haley tell it like it. Mel, you ain't got to say nothing, baby. I got you. Y'all just mad because y'all ain't in her tax bracket. Y'all just mad because y'all didn't listen to her, and y'all too could have had y'all business up and booming. So now sit in your mess. Sit in your
Mm-hmm.
mess and deal with what y'all did. For
Mm.
every action there's a reaction. I understand.
Every
There's
action is a
consequences.
reaction. Miss Sexy Diva said some messy CC's child out to be shaming themselves. I guess maybe they was over there trying to create something to have some content. If I got it, if that's the way I'm gonna have it, I don't want it. It is what it is. Miss Carla says, yeah, they were being messy on that TikTok live. See that? That's a shame. We're gonna send the people over there to sabotage. We're gonna send the people over there to embarrass and all that fool. Girl, blocking should have been on standby. May I hire me and Miss Hattie and Miss Sassy Diva and Miss Maria the next time to do the block for you? Because you know about 4 million people, we're gonna need some help. We the
Mel,
people is
Mel
here to
wouldn't,
help you.
Mel wouldn't see, baby. I couldn't have been over there and really paid attention. That Mel wouldn't dare. I would have had a whole link they could have direct themselves to, and I would have let them have it. I would have light their world up just cause you was gonna have Christmas in the middle of May, baby. That's what y'all was gonna have. You was gonna have it because I was gonna give it to them. Because again, they need to leave this lady alone. Stop trying to sabotage because y'all don't have nothing better to do with yourselves, and there's a lot of CC she ain't messing with no more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's terrible though. She's up there. They trying to do something to get something created so that TikTok can dismiss her like they did, with Weather Girl or whatever. But little do they know TikTok, God is on her side. TikTok loves her. I mean, they just gonna look at you like you crazy. That's it, that's all. Child. That is so terrible.
No weapons
Listen,
formed against nobody. If you do good and don't do evil, God got your back. If you don't retaliate against folks who trying to harm you, and you just put in the first God, he say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So all she do is get on her knees. Get on your
mm-hmm,
knees and start praying. Get the burning them
mm-hmm,
candles on them. Start praying.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
what's the redeemer of the Lord? Say so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Miss Carla says Melody seen what they were saying. She ignored them. Absolutely. Miss Sexy Diva says a lot of fake millimeters. Not fake millimeters up in the child.
And
I
is,
think
and is. Fake millimeters. You said it, sis. Sexy Diva, you said it. I'm right here to back it up. I approve that message right there. I approve it.
she says a lot of fake millimeters was being messy in Melody Live. Ain't for her. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. They ought to be shaming themselves. They just trying to find a way to bring that lady down for some odd reason. That's why ain't nothing good gonna come to them. They're blocking their own blessings. Hey, Miss Salt Lake, welcome back.
I don't know what I'm doing. I keep doing that by mistake. But yeah,
That's
they're gonna
okay.
read what they sow. They don't believe it. That's why they can't. Have you noticed though that most of the people that come behind her is a bunch of catastrophes that follow them?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Her
Somebody ain't think.
ex-husband. I mean, everything he tries to take off the ground is not doing anything. Nothing. Look at the other people and all the lawsuits. Look at the bad products coming back with mold and all this stuff is going on with that. People that and she's steady prospering.
But you know what, Miss Salt and Light, I don't know if y'all and the people in the chat don't know if y'all remember Mel saying this. Mel said, I'd be scared of the people that be trying to mess with me.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all remember she said that?
I
She said, I'd be
remember.
so scared for them people. I
Yep.
said, child. Mm. They, what they say, when you dig one ditch, you better dig two, because the one you dig for me, you gonna fall in it. That part right there. Miss Carla says they mad because mm, um she said they mad because Melody keep ignoring the mess. Yep. They going over there for. Can y'all imagine what would have happened if she would have entertained that foolishness?
She would never have any peace. That's for sure.
It
Because they
would have
keep.
been all blown out of proportion like they wanted it. They just want her attention, seeking that attention, and ain't getting it.
Well, what were they doing? I didn't see. I don't know how to look at the chat and shop. I don't. What were they just saying negative stuff about the show, or what was it?
I don't think they was talking about the show. Probably talking about her products or something like that. I didn't see it, but I did hear about them. Saying that people was over there trying to be messy in her live the other
The
day.
bald face lie. I use just about everything she has, and that stuff is good.
hmm the people that do come out and say stuff like that, they too are seeking attention, and they just trying to sabotage her business and stuff because they are she's just glowing and blessed, prospering. But the people have to realize it's not us. That's God giving Mel the blessing. So they upset with the wrong people.
Hmm.
I mean, they upset with some, but they can't touch him. What they say, favor ain't fair. It is not. But if they stop being so messy and stop trying to sabotage her and focus on what they got going on, I think they would be all right.
I
Maybe
know
they
that's
could start to
right.
prosper. Child, but they sent them out there trying to say the products ain't no good. I enjoy, male stuff. I had bought some little stuff and that oil she got, that hair oil, I love that too. But I can't go and get all the stuff that she got like I want to, but people just need to cut that mess out. They really do.
The guy, the esthetician that gave the body
The
massage.
massage.
That was
Mm-hmm.
so cool how they had that up there.
Yes, yeah, but you know what, Miss Something like I said, somebody gonna try to say something pertaining to that. The girl, it was nudity, trying to have nudity on the live. Somebody gonna come up with something crazy.
These people need to stop. They talk about how they can't stand the president, but they just as worse as he is, turn their own people down.
Ain't that something? And we the ones that do that to each other the most.
Yeah.
Miss Candace says my son asked me, does Mel thank me because every time he goes to the mailbox, there is one of her black packages.
Yeah.
LOL. Miss Carla says someone said, "Girl, fix your hair. It is a mess. Those products are not any good." She thinks she is all that. Shut up, Miss Carla.
No,
Child.
y'all that's what their problem is.
Ooh,
Jealous.
ooh, say it again, Miss Salt. Like, won't that nothing but pure evil and jealousy? Oh
Yep.
my child, they better stop. Miss Sexy Diva says, no, it was her supposed to be millimeters that got beef with other CCs bringing it to Melody alive. Sorry, tricks, in my opinion. Miss Sexy Diva says, stop bringing the drama to her live, period. Say it again. Miss Candace says, okay, you ladies are Christians in those biker shorts. Just kidding, LOL. Miss Sexy Diva, I mean Miss Candy, girl, ain't nothing wrong with the Christians trying to show a little bit, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just what you do with it. I'm just
I put
saying.
them on for my husband and have him to be picking at me.
And it's something like I'm gonna get me some and I'll put some on so I can get me another husband. How about that? But I'm gonna wait on the Lord. I ain't gonna just be out there looking for him, y'all. I'm gonna wait now, but I can still, wear my little stuff. Miss Logical One says everybody has their own opinion. Her products might not work for everybody, but at the same time, it's crazy that people would go out of their way to be negative about it. And Miss Logical One, you said a mouthful. Everything is not for everybody, and that's
Some of
okay.
us don't even want none of them products. Like
Right,
that
right.
that did that review. That I have that soap. That soap cannot help but lather. She
Yeah.
probably didn't put water in it.
Miss Salt and Light, I said people need to go back and look at that girl. She didn't even put, sometimes if I'm getting ready, when I use the stuff, I put a little bit, moisturize, well, water on my hand, and then I lathered up. Child, that stuff, that girl was lying like crazy over there, y'all. Somebody sent her to do
The
that.
way the bottle works is just like hair wrap foam. When you
Yes.
it comes out just like that, and the way the bottle airs, it automatically foams up.
Did y'all for the people they said Mel threw a little slick shade, the seal on her product, so when you get it, it ain't leak. I'm just saying. Miss Sexy Diva says that Candy, it's a hot girl summer. Miss Logical One says, I don't get people who dislike her spamming her chat or anybody chat they dislike. It's a waste of time and energy. Say it again. Miss
They
Candy
may
says,
have been
LOL,
paid.
that Sexy Diva.
They could have
Uh,
been paid to do it.
yeah, they could have been Miss Salt. Like you right about that. Miss
TikTok, they can't be over there much. So mhm.
Miss Carla says, not another husband. Yeah, Miss Carla, I'm about to be 57, girl. I would love to have me one before I get 60. I'm waiting though. I ain't out there, searching. I have had opportunities, but I was like, nah, you go get somebody else to do it. Ain't the one. You ain't the one. Nah, go on now. But hey, Miss Helen, how are you? She says, weather girl sent her. Miss Helen, there you have it right there. Because y'all, she ain't on TikTok no more.
Didn't
She
I
is
just
not.
say that? I
Yeah,
don't know.
yes, you did. You sure did miss something. Like she's not on TikTok no more, so of course they're gonna try to sabotage. But as long as you know, and the people can come over there and try to say whatever about you, there's nothing you can do to stop them from talking about you. They're gonna do what they want to do. That's it. That's all. Miss Healing says God will handle her. That's why nothing good ain't coming to her. If they would just stop doing that and pay attention to their own business and do the best they can, y'all, watch how things turn around. But you're trying to destroy and sabotage somebody else's child. Ain't that good coming to you? She says God will handle her on Mel's behalf. Yep, sure will. Yeah, but people, somebody sent them, and I think it was Miss Logical One. She said a whole mouthful. When you start to use other products on your hair, when you've been using this one product on your hair, do you not know that your hair have to adjust to it? It might not. You got to keep using that products because you've been using something else for so long. So now your hair like, ooh, what is that? Oh, I got to adjust to that. Just like with perfume. Some perfume ain't for everybody. That's just it. No, it's your body chemistry. What works for Miss Something like I might not be able to wear it.
Right.
And that's just, I mean, that's real talk right there. But people just got this time.
Vitriol. It's a lot of vitriol and hatred. And I really, because I know somebody else had got on one of her lives and did that. And
Mm-hmm.
I guess she saw their name or some kind of way. She asked them what they ordered. You remember? She was like, "You haven't ordered anything for me." The lady was just up there lying.
Mm-hmm. Because see, there's one thing about that, when they come with that foolishness, Mel gonna tell them, send me that number. She gonna pull that number. If she can't find it, baby, go find you somebody else to play with, baby. You ain't ordered nothing from me. Miss Carla says they were over there under them fake accounts. Say it again for the people in the back, Miss Carla. I'm sure they was. They was on go. They was waiting. Miss Sexy Diva says weather girl can't stop, won't stop. Melody, I seen some trick put Canvas Beauty in her life. Girl, no, they didn't. Child, these people is crazy. Why you gonna go over there and be like, is this Canvas Beauty live? That child.
No, that's the Better Business Bureau. Word. Let me.
Hey, Miss Salt Light, did y'all
I used
hear?
to work for the BBB.
Yeah,
In
but
order
did
to have
y'all
that
hear?
kind of report, you got to have a pattern of activity. They don't do it because, like, I was a complaint counselor there for 6 years, and if you have one or two, every business is going to have a problem. But when they do customized reports, that means you have a slew of complaints, and they actually
Mm.
have to customize it so that the consumer will know the possibility of what they'll face if they do business.
You know what, Miss Salt Light? I forgot where I heard it at, and I can't say it verbatim. But somebody was saying that she's so bad, a Better Business Bureau don't
Yeah,
want to be
I used to
affiliated
work
with her.
Yeah, I used to work with the BBB. I mean, the BBB is membership based. It's a nonprofit agency, and they do reporting. But in order for you to have a bad report and an F rating,
Mm-hmm.
you have to have numerous complaints. They're not going to do it for a few complaints because we have some businesses, they'll have complaints, but then they'll agree to correct the issues. And they may even say they've had problems with this, but they've resolved. But if you have a whole bunch, it has to be a lot,
Mm-hmm.
then you will do a customized report stating everything that you've done. Because normally it's either satisfactory, or they're members and they have a satisfactory, or it's they have a pattern of this, that, where they actually have to write out a report specific to your company. And that's from what I understand happened.
Wow. Miss Helen says, Sexy Diva, that told the story. Miss Carla says, yes, someone did put, child, that is a shame. But you know what? They try to embarrass her. They just wanted to try to embarrass her over there with them people on TikTok, but they need to be careful. It looked like she always got some Chinese people. They better be careful messing with these folks around here. Miss Carla said, yes, someone did put Canvas Beauty in that chat. Child, I cannot. For what?
Tell her to
Canvas Beauty.
go back to TikTok and do a live. Can she do it?
Miss Sound like I hate to tell you, but I think she's been banned. Kind of like that word Marcus Male brother used, disbanded. That's what the folks done gave her. She can't do that. She should have kept that young boy on her side. He helped her clean up her business and all of that, and that still wasn't good enough for her. She turned against that dude. And y'all can't tell me, the people over here can't tell me that that boy didn't let TikTok know who she really was. He told.
Because he had the connections with TikTok, right? Didn't
Mhm,
he get her?
mhm. He
Yeah.
was the one that got her over there that first time. That guy Cal, and he was
Hmm.
riding hard for her too.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't good enough for her. What she do? Used and abused him as well. Miss Exodiva says Weather Girl ain't sent them people products out since Black Friday 2022. Please, you little scammer. Child, that's a long time.
And I'm telling you, if they have a customized report like what I heard, I haven't seen it or nothing like that. That's a lot of different issues. They don't just do that because there's thousands of businesses that we have. Well, I say we. I haven't worked there in years, but um, they normally just have a generic report.
Mm,
But and they'll have some that just say unsatisfactory. But when you just jack stuff up all together, they will go into detail about what you did.
mm. I know that had to be a very interesting job, Miss Salt and Light.
It was a nonprofit agency. They didn't pay well, but it had perks because
Mm-hmm.
like if you're doing business or stuff like that for your personal stuff, and they know
Mm-hmm.
you work there, they'll do the best, best by you and everything. It was
Oh
very
wow.
interesting. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was. Miss Maria says that Sexy Diva, I made zero purchases this time. I was sidetracked. Miss Candy says it takes a village to raise kids. Not everyone is equipped. Mel and Bay don't need help in that area, but some do. Absolutely. Miss Carla says Cloudy over 60. Girl, I know you lying. She said 60 what? What is 60,000 orders? Child, them folk might well forget that. That ain't about to happen. Miss Salt and Light, I know that was a good experience. I like interesting things and things that's like a challenge and interesting, and especially on the need to know. It can help you down the road there. I'm
Like
just saying.
when I did certain businesses, I knew the laws. I knew a lot of the regulatory agencies that like for the cosmetology, the board of contractors. If like if you had issues with something, because we only thing we did was reporting, but then you have the regulation agencies like your consumer affairs where that actually enforce the laws. So yeah, it was and I
Mm.
started. I was 19 years old and worked there for 6.5 years. But that was some good experience, even though
I know it was the knowledge that you learned, especially if you're working with somebody that don't mind, helping or showing you different things. Child, Miss Sexy Diva says I only got some new oils sample. I didn't spend too much. All right, Miss Sexy Diva girl. She said, I think she got a trip coming up soon. So, yeah, Mel always gonna have a sale, to try to help the people. She's not trying to bankrupt nobody with her products or nothing like that. She's trying to be on the up and up with everything. And the people just jealous, y'all. They just so jealous of this lady. A lot of people might have one child and probably trying to have a business and they struggling and stuff, and then they see Mel with these 4 babies. Ain't nobody, y'all, is 16 years old. None of her kids. So they trying to figure out, well, how is she doing all of this with these small kids? Child, right down to little sugar mama. Sugar mama to my, what can I do? Child, that baby got some knowledge in her little head. Y'all better trust and believe that. Weather girl might need to call up Sugar Mama and see can she come over there and assist her in something. I'm just saying. Miss Candy says male works speak for itself. They can try and sabotage her, but it won't work. Sure will not. Miss Sexy Diva says, "Yep, I got to go to my let's see, go to my cousin's wedding in July." Yep, absolutely. But I'm sure she nicely stocked up and everything and ready to go for her trip coming up. But y'all, we've been here for about 3 hours. Miss Salt and Light, you got anything else you want to
I
share?
just want to just
Um,
last thing, just this last thing, and thank you for letting me get up here. I appreciate it. Mel is anointed. God has anointed her to do a certain thing, because look at all of these women. I am not normally one that would be on a platform like this. I only watch the one television show. I don't even watch TV. But she's
Mhm.
got all these women and she's encouraged us, and she's
Mhm.
been a really a good testament to, the faithfulness of God, and also trusting him, because she's always bringing God to the forefront. So she's anointed. He's gifted. That's her gift. They have gifts. The thing
Mhm.
is, we all just find our own gifts and stay in our own lane. And if you
Absolutely.
see somebody doing it well in their lane, be happy for them, because your
Absolutely.
lane is coming too. And that's the problem. Jealousy is that's how Satan got his tail kicked out of heaven.
Mhm.
Want to be
Mhm.
above everybody. You just stay in your own daggone lane. Stay in your
Mhm.
lane and do you. And that's why we
Absolutely.
gotta push it. She don't even pay it no mind. She don't even
True.
see the people.
Yeah, you can't pay that stuff no mind. Miss Helen says they don't understand when Mel gave it to God. That means they are fight against him now. Absolutely, totally
Right.
agree. But
Eagles
Miss, go
Eagles
ahead.
can't fly with chickens.
Say that again, Miss Salt Light.
Eagles can't fly with chickens.
No, they cannot. They cannot. But I don't know if you was up here when I was telling them that I lost my auntie yesterday, my favorite aunt.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yesterday
No, I
Mother's
wasn't.
Day. And
I'm
Miss Maria's granddaughter, she's in the hospital. So if you don't mind, if you just say a prayer, and I'm sure somebody else is in the chat that's probably going through some things, and just a good word for the
sorry.
closing, if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
I don't mind at all. Father God, we just thank you, dear God. We thank you for this day that you have given us, God. We thank you for your presence in our lives, God. We thank you, God, as believers, that we have all of the benefits of the kingdom, that we can declare things. Lord, we thank you for being our peace and comfort during loss, dear God. We thank you, dear God, for your healing power. Jesus went to the cross and shed his blood for all of the things and the promises that he's provided to us, God. They are ours and they are surely ours. We can declare with boldness that you are God and God alone. God, if anyone in this chat is going through something, dear Lord, I ask God that you meet them where they are, God. Allow your words to whisper something in them to bring encouragement. And the one encouragement, dear God, your word says that you will never leave us, nor will you forsake us. And another thing in your word that says that do not be fretful in anything, but in everything in prayer and supplication, make our requests be made known unto you, and that the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard our hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. So everything that we're dealing with, God, we bring it and we put it at your feet, dear God, and we trust your word. And if we don't know what your word is, God, we vow to take the time to spend some time in your word, to let you feed us with what we need to know. And we just thank you for being in control of everything, and that all things that we go through in life will work together for our good, because we love you and we are called according to your purpose. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank y'all so much. Um,
God is good. He's good and he's faithful and he's a comforter. He's a lifter of your head for those that are in sorrow. He'll be right there with you and he will give you the strength to stand. And to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord.
Amen. I mean, it's hard. I'm gonna have my moments.
Yes, you will. But he's with you. He is right there with you.
Thank y'all so much for joining the live. I greatly appreciate y'all so much.
Yes. God bless you, G Squad. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too. Thank y'all. I'll see y'all later.